on that phone screen for me. And for everybody tuning in on YouTube, I appreciate having you here with me today. We're going to go ahead and hop straight into the debates without wasting a moment. We already have our first Trump supporter on the line, Miss Tay. So, Tay, go ahead and take it away and tell us why you voted for Trump.
So did you used to be a Trump supporter?
I did, yeah, when I was a very young little boy, yeah.
Why did you support him? Like, what was your reasoning behind that?
Well, I didn't really have reasons. I think the reason I supported him is because my family did, as well as it was popular in my town.
Fair, fair. I actually didn't vote for Trump. I just wanted to hear why you did.
Okay, well, it looks like I do apologize for everybody that tuned into the YouTube expecting a first debate off the rip like that, but we have been struggling all day to find anybody that would come up here and vote for Trump, and what we have is nobody. Out of over 10,000 people on the TikTok stream, which is where I get these people to talk to, nobody's willing to debate. Harry, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Big up Britain.
Okay, more trolls, you guys. So, I mean, I think that this is a really, very interesting depiction on how scared these Trump supporters are to talk to me about why they believe what they do. I would expect us to just be able to stumble upon maybe one Trump supporter in the first 30 minutes of this stream just by accepting people from the queue. What's up, Cleo? Did you vote for Trump? Cleo's not here.
No.
Tristan, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, Tristan, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Perfect. What year were you born in?
I was born in 2004.
Okay, all right. So go ahead and tell us why you voted for Trump. Tristan.
I voted for Donald Trump because I don't believe in the abortion rights that the other side is so willing to support. I think that it's wrong.
Okay.
And I also think that we shouldn't be paying for all of these illegal people to come to our country and support them and everything, like.
Okay, well, first and foremost, let's call undocumented migrants. The only reason I say that is not only because I think it's a proper way to refer to individuals without being dehumanizing, but also I'm pretty sure that I get banned on TikTok for that. I'm pretty sure they consider it to be a form of hate speech. So let's just call undocumented migrants. So
Sure.
do you want to talk about the first issue that you brought up of abortion?
Yeah, we can talk about abortion.
Great, sounds good. Okay, so you think that abortion should be illegal, right?
Oh, of course. I think that it should be illegal, but I think that in some circumstances that it should be allowed. I'm not saying that
Yeah, like elective circumstances. Man and a woman engage in intercourse with consent. The woman gets pregnant. She wants to get an abortion just because she doesn't want to have a kid. Those are elective abortions. They count for around 97% of all abortions. You think that those should be illegal, right?
Yeah,
Awesome. And why is that?
because your abortions are not birth control. That's not how that works. You should be responsible in the first place
Responsible in the first
and
place? Yeah.
use protection. Go on birth control.
Mm-hmm.
Killing something just because
Great.
you were irresponsible is not the way to go about it.
Great. So I'm guessing if you think abortion's wrong because the woman and the man are being irresponsible, if the woman and the man are being responsible, do use forms of contraception, you do think the abortion would be justified then?
No.
Okay. So the use or non-use of contraception, condoms, etc., doesn't indicate to us any reason why you think it's wrong to kill a fetus. So please
No,
tell me
but
more
what
about
about
your reasons.
with birth control? You should be on birth control. If you don't want to get pregnant, use birth control.
I know, but the implication here is that there's a sexually active woman on birth control that gets pregnant. Should she be able to get an abortion?
No.
Awesome. So then birth control or the lack thereof has nothing to do with why you think abortion should be legal. So let's start at the top. How come you think elective abortions are immoral?
I think they're immoral because you're still killing something that's living.
Great. I have a question. When was the last time you ate a hamburger?
Okay, animals are completely different than
You said
human
killing
life.
something that's living.
Okay, killing a human life,
That's what's wrong. A human life. Got it. So do you think that doctors who willfully and intentionally pull the plug on brain dead patients in a hospital are murderers doing something that you think should be illegal because they're killing a human life?
that's different because those people are not they are not sustainable of life anymore.
When you say that they're not sustainable for life, are you just saying that they couldn't live without the support of the life machine? Of the life support?
This is true.
Okay, I have a question. Can a fetus before viability live without the support of the mother's bodily resources?
No, it cannot.
So we should treat a fetus before the point of viability the same that you think we should treat a brain dead patient, since they are both non-viable, dependent lives that depend on life support in the context of a brain dead patient or a mother's bodily resources in the context of the fetus, right?
I don't know. I don't think it's the same.
Okay. I'm going to give you the mic. Tell me what's different.
I think that it's one thing to be brain dead and not be able to fend for yourself. You can't pay bills. You can't, like,
Have you ever seen a fetus pay bill?
I'm not saying that fetuses pay bills.
Okay. So then these aren't
They,
differences between the fetus and the brain dead patient.
I don't know. I guess you got me there.
All right. All right. Well, I want to hear you out for any other reasons. Is there any other argument that you have why you think abortion should be illegal?
Other than that, I think it's wrong.
Well, I'm asking you
No.
why you think it's wrong.
Well, I just told you why I think it's wrong.
But the reason that you gave me entailed a contradiction. Can you at least admit that?
I guess I could.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Should we legislate on the basis of beliefs that are contradictory?
Say it again.
Should we legislate using beliefs that are contradictory?
Mm, I don't know.
Answer to that should be no. Here's my resolution. Continue to think abortion's wrong. Continue to not really have good reason to do so. I appreciate you for admitting that that reason's contradictory.
Well, but what
But
about
just employ the
late-term?
principle that you shouldn't legislate on the basis of contradictory moral beliefs. So this would employ you as being pro-choice in the sense that you personally think that abortion's wrong, but because your reasons are self-admittedly contradictory, you shouldn't
Well,
be able
but
to superimpose those reasons on any other woman or girl in our country.
but what about late-term abortion? Because I view those like early having an abortion very early on is completely different than having an abortion when your baby is like fully developed.
Yeah. So me personally, I think that lethal elective abortions should have a cutoff at around 20 weeks, okay? But I also do want you to consider this. Do you think that Kamala Harris is pro late-term abortion because of her policy as it related to the issue?
Maybe.
Maybe. Hopefully I'd be able to get a little bit more of a definitive answer from you if possible.
I'm not really super up to date on all of her like policies. Like,
Okay. Oh, okay, that's fine. Earlier when you're prefacing late-term abortion, what is a late-term abortion?
late-term abortion would be like you're not just like pulling cells out of your body. You're like ripping baby limb for limb and ripping it out. Like that. That's
Okay.
like I would say that's further along than 20 weeks.
Okay, then yeah, I'm fine with saying that elective lethal abortions after 20 weeks, which you consider to be late-term abortions, are morally wrong.
Then we can agree there.
Yeah, I mean, is that our middle ground? Can we maybe agree that all women and girls in all women and girl in America should have elective lethal abortion? Access to elective lethal abortions before 20 weeks? Can we agree there?
I could say we could agree there.
Okay. Can you give me one circumstance of any woman in America ever getting an elective lethal abortion after 20 weeks?
I couldn't tell you that.
Me neither. I've been looking for like one article indicating the name of one woman who's done it in the last 3 years. I've never been able to find it. So I'm pretty sure that you just became pro-choice.
I mean, I never said that I was not pro-choice.
Well, you said that
I
abortion should
said
be
that
illegal.
I don't agree with it. I think that it should be illegal, but I'm not saying
Well, I mean,
I'm not also saying
is your position now that it should only be illegal after 20 weeks?
I don't know. Maybe I need to put more research into it.
It's really worth it. I promise to you it is. If you research the issue of abortion and you educate yourself not only right on the biological processes of the development of a fetus, but you also look into moral arguments for abortion, and you do so in good faith with an open mind, you will be pro-choice.
Possibly.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Oh, wait, you had something else. Undocumented migration, right?
Yes.
First of all, Kristen, thank you for the $5 over on on Venmo. I appreciate that. So what are your thoughts on undocumented migration? Do you support Donald Trump's mass deportation?
I do support that actually. I think that if you come here and you come here legally and the way that you're supposed to, that's great. Like I think that you should come into America. Like I think if you're documented and you did everything right, yeah, come to America. Come and live a good life, whatever. But coming here illegally and getting support and getting like free healthcare and you're getting a place to live and you're getting groceries and you're coming here and you're getting treated like a king when there's a lot of Americans here when at that are not getting the same support.
Okay, so your predominant issue with undocumented migrants in America today is the fact that you think that they drain public resources such as free healthcare, food, or housing, and that is why you support mass deportation?
Oh, 100%, but also they're making our country unsafe.
Okay, how are undocumented migrants making our country unsafe? I want to respond to both points at once.
Okay, so number one, crime rates. Hello.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
just even where I live, it's crazy how much more crime there is and how it's so much more unsafe
Yeah.
to go out at night, not only as like a woman,
Yeah.
but just in general.
Okay, so crime rates have been boosted by undocumented migrants. That's how you think they've made our country less safe. So I'm going to go to respond to both of these points. First point, you said that we should deport all undocumented migrants since they drain public resources. So that's false. Undocumented migrants paid $95.6 billion in federal, state, and local taxes in the fiscal year of 2022 alone. It is the case that they're productive providers into the American economy, and they don't get any public benefits. They don't get free healthcare. They don't get free housing. They don't get free food. They don't get anything. They're undocumented. If they got these programs to benefit them, they wouldn't be undocumented. What you're confusing in your head is asylum seekers. Asylum seekers have some programs in states like New York, states like New Jersey, where they are provided housing, shelter, some food, and maybe some income for the first 6 to 12 months of residency because they can't work. That is not true of undocumented migrants, okay? Undocumented migrants proportionally pay more in taxes and yield less of a benefit compared to citizens. Okay, so your first point, there's dead in the water. Second point, saying that undocumented migrants are bad for domestic crime rates is also false. According to PNAS, undocumented migrants are 2 times less likely to commit violent crimes than natural-born U.S. citizens. So the presence of undocumented migrants in America actually drops per capita crime rates. Additionally, because mass deportation would slow the growth of the American economy, cut federal income, and reduce overall qualities of life because undocumented migrants are productive providers, this will increase rates of poverty. What happens then? Increased rates of violent crime, as violent crime, for the most part, is consequential of poverty. So it is a case, if you want to make our country safer, what we need to do is allow undocumented migrants to continue to be productive providers to our economy, offer them a pathway to residency or citizenship so they can be so to a higher degree. Remember, they will get higher wages when they have citizenship or residency, which will increase average qualities of life, embolden the American economy, reducing crime rates compared to a mass deportation.
Interesting. I don't agree with you on that, first of all, because they're not coming here and paying taxes. They're coming here and they're being paid under the table and they're doing stuff for work like construction and landscaping and whatever else. Like, I know that there's a lot of people here that are illegally, and I know some of them and I'm friends with them, but that doesn't mean that I support what they're doing. And I know that they aren't paying taxes.
Okay, so do you trust the Republicans in the House of Representatives?
I trust them.
Okay, so what I want you to go online is I want you to type into Google. Study says undocumented migrants paid almost $100 billion in taxes, and this was a study published by the House Republicans. So the House Republicans even agree that yes, undocumented migrants do pay around $100 billion in taxes per year. There's a good point that you brought up there, that undocumented migrants accept wages under the table. So do some U.S. citizens. You can't say because some members of a demographic accept wages under the table that all members of a demographic do. I will concede that undocumented migrants are more likely than citizens to accept wages under the table and not pay taxes. But that only makes my argument stronger, because if we were to offer all undocumented migrants a pathway to residency or citizenship that are already paying $100 billion in taxes, even though they're more likely to accept wages under the table, that means that they'll just pay significantly more than $100 billion in taxes once they have residency or citizenship, and those accepting wages under the table will be more willing to accept wages over the table.
Okay, but also though, how are they supposed to come in here and you're saying if we offer them a way to gain citizenship, right? That they'll come in here and they'll pay more taxes basically.
Yeah, they'll pay more than they already are, and they are already productive providers.
Okay, but do we not already offer them a way to come into our country legally and gain citizenship?
If you're talking about our current legal processes of migration into America, the answer is yes, but this requires some nuance because the state of our legal processes of migration, which are incredibly expensive and take so incredibly long, is what causes undocumented migration in the first place because of how severely neglected they have been by our government for all of modern American history.
But why is that our problem? Why is that our problem to fix that for them? Like,
Because
yes,
there
it's
are
expensive.
because
Yes,
it's
it's a lengthy
because it's
process.
our processes of immigration, and immigration helps America, and it also accounts for the humanitarian needs of individuals outside of America. As soon as you start positing the belief that it's not our problem to make our legal processes of migration better, even though migration is a massive positive and a massive benefit to our country, while it also allows us to account for humanitarian needs of others elsewhere, I question your virtue of being America first.
What do you mean?
Because you're basically saying we don't have an obligation to strengthen the American economy. We don't have an obligation to increase average qualities of life. So we don't have an obligation
That's
to
not,
account for
that's,
humanitarian needs. Well, if we don't have an obligation to do any of these things, I must have been absolutely lied to all my life when I was told that American values include making our country better for our children than it was for us and constantly fighting for the good in the world and trying to bring prosperity not only to the global stage but also to our own country, which would include legal pathways to citizen or residency that are as easy as they possibly can be while accounting for minimal screening for individuals with prior violent offenses, as this increases all average qualities of life, so not just those that are applicable to migrants, and strengthens our economy.
I don't know. All I can say is I don't think that we need to make the process. I mean, I think that the process could be better. Like there's always like room for updating and making things better, you know? Like I'm not saying that it's good that it's expensive and it's a lengthy process, but these processes were put in place so that we don't have people who are coming over here and committing crimes and people who are coming here and they're not going to actually work and then they're going to be collecting help from the state and not paying taxes and committing crime and all of these things. There are a lot of people who come here legally and
Wait, you understand that unironically the current processes of migration cause more violent crime in America? I'm not even joking. Okay, like listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like if we were, if we were to have as many legal ports of entry into America as possible, where we let as many people in as possible, and we merely just screen for prior violent offenses, we would have less violent crime in our own country because then individuals would not be incentivized to migrate into America with use of undocumented means, which includes no screening. Okay? But of course, it's important for me to point out that undocumented migrants as a demographic today are significantly less likely to commit any and all violent crimes compared to natural born citizens. And then I'm not so sure that you really care about crime all too much. Can I tell you why?
Sure.
Who did you vote for?
Daddy Trump.
And and what has quote unquote Daddy Trump done? Do we want to talk about the fact that he's been held civilly liable for rape? That's quite a violent crime. The 34 felonies, not violent. They're certainly a crime. Or trying to coup and rig the outcome of the 2020 election. What about the 30,000 lies that he told during his first presidency? If you really cared about violent crimes, I'm not so sure that you would have voted for the violent criminal. It is simply put.
I mean, it's completely one thing if it's an American committing crimes, and it's a completely different other thing when you have undocumented migrants coming in here and doing the same thing. Because
Why is that the case?
Why are you going to waste resources of
Wait,
Americans?
no, tell me why a murder is worse when it's committed by a non-citizen.
Because how are you going to come into our country and start murdering our people?
How are you going to be born into our country and start murdering our people? What's the difference?
America.
No response.
The difference is that I'm here, I'm paying taxes, I'm from here, I am a citizen. Like this is my country.
This
You're
is
gonna come in
this
here.
is your country?
It is my country.
Okay, if this is your country, does this mean that you're in control of the country? What do you mean it's your country?
It's my country. Like,
Like
I'm an
you own the
American.
country?
Oh, I didn't say that I own the country.
Well, typically when we say this is my X, Y, or Z, we just mean that we own it. I don't think you own the country. I wouldn't say that America is my country. America is our country. America is a country. Not to mention that this just kind of implicitly perpetuates like false propagandistic like patriotic quote unquote virtues of placing the life of an American before the life of a non-American that I just completely disagree with. But I'm not so sure what that argument's doing for you. I will say though, if America is your country, wouldn't you want America to be as best as possible?
I would say so.
Okay. Well, immigration helps America be as best as possible, strengthens the economy, accounts for declining birth rates, and increases average qualities of life. So why are you not okay with immigration?
Like I said already, like I don't think that it's cool what Joe Biden did. I don't think that it's cool to open up the borders and just completely fuck the process. Like,
Out of curiosity, how did Joe Biden open the borders?
I mean, didn't he? Did he not?
No, the answer to your question is no. Joe Biden didn't open the borders. That is unironic propaganda. But I would love for you to be able to tell me how he opened the borders, maybe to name a policy, an executive order that he passed, maybe a couple of Trump's that he repealed, to just kind of give me a full picture of this idea that he opened the borders.
Couldn't tell you.
Can I do it? So, I mean, if you couldn't justify a claim, maybe you shouldn't regurgitate said claim because it makes it quite possible that it's misinformation.
Interesting. Your chat thinks I'm racist.
Well, I mean, I think that you've reiterated virtues held by individuals that can be racist. So I'm pretty sure that's why my chat's saying that. Like, for instance, earlier when we were talking about, this about migration, and I was describing how good migration is for America, the pros to offering undocumented migrants in our country a pathway to residency or citizenship, and the cons of mass deportation, as well as I even demonstrated to you how your concerns, such as draining public resources or violent crime, are actually better served by offering undocumented migrants a pathway to residency and citizenship, and making our legal
if you're
processes
coming-
and making our legal processes of migration better. And then you were essentially still like, no, I don't want them to be changed, even though this perfectly addresses the concerns that I've listed. What that kind of tells me is that there's other reasons that I don't know yet that cause you to be anti-immigration, anti-offering undocumented migrants a pathway to residency or citizenship. And typically those other reasons typically reduce down to like Hitler rhetoric. I mean, I would love for you to maybe tell me what these other reasons are and prove to me that, you're not racist. Like, maybe there's just something I don't know. Maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe there's some other con to better processes of migration or mass amnesty that I'm just unaware of that you could inform me of.
The whole Hitler thing is 100% propaganda, first of all. Like, what they teach you in school is not really what that's all about. Like,
Okay, yeah. So see how like we go from saying it seems like the other reasons that you could grant insofar as why you disagree with this is Hitler rhetoric, and now all of a sudden you're a Holocaust denier.
okay.
Like see how
I'm
that
gonna
works.
go
So
ahead
it
and
actually
hop out.
it actually turned out that the chat was right. So
Okay, bye.
you understand that supporting Hitler does make you a racist, yeah?
I mean, just go ahead and get your facts straight and
Well, get my
do
facts
some
straight.
research
Where?
on what actually happened with Hitler.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Because
the Holocaust is the most
Hitler's a pretty good guy.
Okay, and we're gonna kick you now. They left on their own accord. That's great. Thank you so much for leaving. I think that you're absolutely deplorable, and there's a lot of other words that I wish I could say in the live right now. But we all know TikTok's propensity to take me down as of recently, so I cannot. But just for everybody watching, just know that I wish I could. Okay, and I would also like to reiterate, if this live gets taken down, which is a very fair possibility. Yesterday, this live got taken down literally 5 times. I will still be live over on YouTube. The first thing that I want you to do, if you're one of the 11.7 thousand people watching, the moment this live gets taken down, very high likelihood it will, go to the link in my bio, click on my YouTube. You will see me live over there. Right now, we have 1.6 thousand people in there. I'll pile over there if this live gets taken down. And we'll probably repeat that every minute or two just because the chances are high that this live will get taken down after that. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We're going to move on to the next guest here, everyone. Just give us a minute. In the meantime, I would like to thank a couple people while we're getting that next guest up in the live. I'd really like to thank, Grave. Thank you so much. And the live got discontinued. How did I know? I was just like so on. I was so on with that. How did I manage to know exactly when the live was going to get taken down? Isn't that just like insane that I just knew exactly when and where it was going to happen? I was literally like so good at knowing that the live was going to get taken down that like, here we are. Look at that. So we got a week ban on the account for guest hate speech and hateful activities. We're going to go ahead and see if that appeal goes through. We're going to give it about 5 minutes to see if that appeal goes through. So everyone just hang out with us here. Maybe there's some other things that we could discuss in the meantime. I'm really hoping that a lot of the people end up coming over here to the YouTube. I was able to, say it out loud to a lot of people to come over here to the YouTube. For everybody coming in, welcome in, guys. The live did get taken down, as I guessed, literally 5 seconds before it did. And here we are. Welcome in, you guys. So quickly, I would like to thank a couple people for their donos, and then there's a couple things that we could talk about while we're waiting that appeal. First and foremost, Steve, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Wendy with a $10 donation, and Carmen with a $10 donation, guys. Thank you so much. And then also Grave, thank you so much for the $40 over on YouTube Super Chat. Huge shout out to Grave down below in that chat. Thank you so much, Grave. Undocumented crimes are worse than citizen crimes. Yeah, toxic patriotism and superiority complex. Couldn't have said it better myself, Grave. Like spot on, bro. Then I'd also like to thank Kenneth with the $24 on PayPal. Let's get at least 200 big W's for Kenneth. Thank you so much, man. And Kath, I'm just gonna call you Kath. Kath, thank you for the $50 donation. That is insane. 500 W's from Kath. Kath says, Dean, I just love the work you're doing. Keep on. Any chance you're going to be in Boston next week for the World's Figure Skating Championship? I will not be. But that sounds like a lot of fun. I hope that you have fun, Kath, since you're going to be there. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. That is literally nuts. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to Kath, Kenneth, Grave. You guys are awesome. Thank you everyone so much for that love. Couple more people here. Gerard, thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo. Huge W's to Gerard and Kath, guys. That is crazy, guys. Thank you so much. That's fucking nuts. Thank you, Gerard. Gerard says, how are you going to be born in America and commit crimes? Holy crap, that was golden. Yeah, she was fucking stupid. I do appreciate you so much for the love, Gerard. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate you, Psycho with a 5. Thank you so much. Leo with a 5. You guys are awesome. So, okay. Then Emmeline, thank you for the $5 as well. All right, guys. I appreciate everyone for being in here. We have over 5,000 people in this stream right now. Yes, we did get taken down on TikTok literally as soon as I said that we would. We got a week ban for guest violation, hate speech, and hateful behaviors. So basically, whenever somebody's giving me a racist argument, whenever somebody's hinting at the fact that they may love Hitler, we just have to immediately block them, immediately ban them. What we are going to go ahead and do is wait for about another 5 minutes to see that appeal goes through on the @DNC Dean account. If that appeal does not go through, it will be an unfortunate ban, but it's okay because we still have our main account where we will go live from. Amber, thank you for the $5. I do really appreciate you so much for the love, as well as Mayhem Maze with the $10, guys. Thank you so much. And that we'll just see. We'll see how it's going to go, you guys. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions if you got them for the next 5 minutes. We'll hang out as a little bit of a team. Appreciate everyone so much for being here. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that sub button, as well as make sure to turn your notifications on, because TikTok, the YouTube streams are the old reliable. We do not get taken down on here. This shit stays up no matter what, which we love. We love it. Jesus. All right. YouTube needs a debate button. Imagine if we could bring people up to debate on the YouTube streams. How great that would be. It'd be phenomenal. A lot of people in the chat saying that I called it. I did call it. And wow, it looks like my live access was denied, and I will not be able to go live for a week on DNC Dean. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely nuts. That is absolutely outrageous. I can't even believe that. Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'm just going to send these screenshots in a group chat with a rep that I have. Hopefully we'll be able to get this account back. And then we're going to go live on the main account. Let me just go ahead and send that over. That is so sad, bro. Why does it happen to us? Like, we haven't been able to go a day without at least 4 bans, and it's just driving me up a wall, man. Because that is literally so insane to me. A week is nuts. Yo, Solaire, thank you for the $20 super chat saying that you're doing amazing work. Take care of yourself. I appreciate you for the love, Solaire. Manny, thank you for the $2. Huge shout out to Solaire. Tyranny with a 5. Hear me out with a 5. Amber with a 5. You guys are going crazy right now. James with a 20-pound super chat. Thank you so much for the love. Nora with a 5 pounds. And then Little Mexican Girly with a $5. I appreciate you guys so much for the love. Let's show some massive, massive love to all the donors in the chat, guys. Thank you so much. We also have a video going up right now on the YouTube account. I just need to pick a thumbnail, pick a title, and then they're going to go ahead and throw it up for me right now. Oh, what's the best title? The stupidest argument Trump supporters keep making. Give us 1 minute, you guys. MAGA logic gets destroyed. All right. Sorry, you guys. I'm just handling a couple things. We are all good. We're going to go ahead and hop back into the debates. We're just going to go live on that main account. Jetsy, thank you so much for the $1 on Super Chat. Parker just texted and asked if I'm live. Then, yo, Lindsay, thank you for the $15 on Venmo saying, woof, that was rough. Thank you for the service. Yeah, crazy debate. Okay, Parker just texted me, said, are you live? We got a week ban for a guest Vio. I'm going to tell him that we're going to be going on the main account. Parker's going to be joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Parker's going to be joining us, you guys. Currently live with 5.4K on YouTube, going live on main account now. All right, you guys, Parker's going to be joining us for the co-host of a century. I'm super excited. We are going to have some great debates today. Just keep in mind, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that will leave the YouTube live, go back over to the TikTok as soon as we go live on there. I would really heavily implore you to sub, turn the notifications on, or just keep a laptop open with a YouTube stream because this never gets taken down, which is a massive plus. Briar, thank you so much for the $20 super chat saying, by the way, DM a couple days ago, it's not Dean. Briar, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for finally, yes, let's go. I'll check that. Thank you, Briar, sorry. Thank you for the $20 as well. Robert with the 10 pounds saying, more bans, Lamau, you're using logic again. You know how dangerous that is. Yeah, apparently using logic to destroy MAGA supporters' arguments is a crime now. According to TikTok, at least. It has me very, very worried insofar as what's to come. It's very possible that these TikTok streams are just going to become impossible to run. If they're going to start banning me for what my guests say, even though I kick them and condemn them and disprove them, we're going to have some very difficult times. But I'm pretty sure that all that we need to do in order to fix this is just to start banning guests that say things that we think may go against the TOS. And it's going to be unfortunate. And the reason why I say that is because we're going to get a ton of spam comments from Trump supporters saying that I'm kicking these guests and I'm running away from them. When in all reality, I just don't want the stream to be taken down. But I think it's okay. It's all right. We got to do what we got to do to keep the debates running. And we would prefer some Trump supporters to be divulged into these conspiracy theories that I'm kicking every other guest because they're beating me in a debate, compared to not having any debates at all because we're banned. So, all right, you guys, keep this stream open on a laptop or something if you have one. If you have one, it's always a good idea. And we're going to go ahead and go live on the main account again. Give me around 20 seconds here. I have to unplug my speaker. Sorry, not my speaker. My microphone from my computer. Plug it into my phone. Reorientate how the audio is going into the stream. So you won't be able to hear me for around 20 seconds. But you will be able to see me. And I will be right back, everyone. And we're back. Everybody, look at that. We are back. You should be able to hear me now. I can barely hear myself. I feel as if I'm very, very quiet. I just need to unplug the mic and then plug it back in because we got really quiet really quick. All right. It's still a little quiet. Strange. Let me diagnose this real quick. I may have to unplug and replug a few things back, and just bear with me here while we're experiencing some technical difficulties. There's no... Okay. Maybe this is the best we'll be able to do, which is crazy because of how quiet we are. So I'm trying to figure out why we are so quiet, and I just don't think that we are able to. Am I too quiet, you guys? You could hear me? Okay, advanced audio properties. Let me see if I could just throw a couple decibels on top of what we already got. Janet! Thank you so much for the $50 YouTube super chat. That is crazy. Everybody, 500 W's for Janet in the comment section. Diva Janet, it is so good to have you here and with us once again today. We love having you here. We love having you here. Huge shout out to Janet. Huge shout out to Janet. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. I just put some gain on top of the microphone. Let's see if that works. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. There you have it. Oh, now it's fine. Now we're doing just fine. I don't know what just happened. I literally clicked on the TikTok app on my phone, and then it just went to perfection. And voila. Now we're back. We're back in business, you guys. We're going to go ahead and go live on that main account.
You're watching that total, and it's going to be free.
Safe from...
My name is Mackenzie.
Sorry, you guys. Whenever you switch an account on TikTok, it starts going through the For You page. So you just heard my For You page there for a minute. Okay. We are going to go ahead and start our live on that main account. We're going to get those discussions underway, y'all. Damn your ears. Is it too loud? All right. We're live on the main account. We got the debates back underway. I'm so sad about getting banned on DNC Dean. I really, 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 really hope that we are able to get that account back. Okay. Hello and welcome into everybody tuning back into the TikTok live stream. Thank you so much for everyone being in here. So we are back. For your information, it's worth pointing out the reason we got banned on our second account at DNC Dean, my favorite account that keeps on just getting toasted for no reason. We got banned because somebody was like, I love Mustache Man. Hate speech, guest violation. Accounts toast for a week. Nothing we could do about it. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely insane. So we're going to go ahead and hop back into those debates. So if you're tuning in first and foremost, make sure that you're double tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 100,000 likes in here. Also, make sure that you're sharing this live out with a handful of friends. Let's get to 1,000 shares. And we are going to get the debates back underway right now. We already have a bunch of guest requests. Hopefully, we're going to be able to avoid a lot of the trolls and just have some discussions with people that disagree with me, politically speaking. So, first guest, Jackson, is loading up. What is going on? It's that same guy. Same guy. We're gonna move on to the next guest. We have a bunch of trolls in here. I'll kind of reiterate that same sentiment that, you know, these Trump supporters know they can't defeat me in a debate, so they just troll. They just.
I hate him.
Very good. W fetus. Very nice. Very nice. We're gonna go to get that next guest, Megan up in that box. Everybody, just give us a minute, y'all. What's going on, Megan? How old are you? Okay, yeah, more people are now just gonna say things to get the live taken down. Luckily I'll be able to get to them pretty quickly. Kind of with the ideas that we discussed with just quickly banning these people that will get the live taken down. We will be able to preserve it. Super sad that we got banned on that backup at DNC Dean. We had close to over 11,000 people in there, close to 12,000 people in there, and the live got taken down. What's up? How old are you?
19.
19, man. What's up, Max? What year are you born in?
2005.
Perfect. So did you vote for Trump?
I did. So I'm a registered independent. Now I will be registering as a Republican. I voted for Trump because a neighbor of mine in my hometown was killed by, you said you want me to call them undocumented migrants?
Yes, sir.
So the name Rachel Morin, was news story.
Yeah.
She was killed by an illegal immigrant, undocumented migrant.
Yeah.
And
What does this tell us about voting for Trump? Listen,
well,
I actually also have a friend in person of mine, and their mother was unalived by an undocumented migrant in a car crash. And I talked to them for 2 hours, and they were basically asking me, Dean, like, what is our government doing about this? What is this issue? Where does it stem from? What can we do to reduce and mitigate this issue from occurring in the future? And I'll be honest. So first and foremost, undocumented migrants are 2 times less likely to commit violent crimes such as murder compared to natural born U.S. citizens. And secondly, the only candidate in the race that had any sense of a solution at all to reduce undocumented migration in the long term was Kamala Harris.
Okay, well, my main point of this was that Trump had actually reached out to the family and gave his condolences while Biden and Kamala were both actually asked about it, and they both had no response to any of the reporters who asked them any questions. So that was my main reason. It showed that they didn't really seem to care as much. So
Okay, okay, first of all, so I don't feel as if rhetoric is more important than policy. So if let's see here, Donald Trump cares about undocumented migration, name one thing that he wants to do to reduce undocumented migration in the long term. None. And he left. He left the live. So I guess when you have people telling you that Donald Trump cares, rather it's about immigration, rather it's about criminal justice reform, rather it's about the economy, about any particular issue, okay? Because we all know that Mr. Trump is the largest virtue signaler that we've seen in modern American politics, if not ever. Just merely ask them what he's going to do about these particular issues. What is up, Emily? Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
You did. And how old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18 years old. What year were you born in?
2007.
2007. And you're 18. So you didn't vote for Trump.
I did.
I'm not so sure that that's possible. Because you would have turned 18 this year.
Yes, and my birthday is January 17th.
I believe that you're 18, but you couldn't have voted in November of last year.
Oh, so what I meant to say was I would have.
That's fine with me. I'll take it. So yeah, why do you think that Donald Trump was a better presidential candidate compared to Kamala Harris?
My morals aligned better with Trump's policies rather than Kamala's.
Okay, such as what morals and what policies?
I believe that undocumented migrants should not be allowed into the United States without proper documentation. And I believe that abortion after the 20 weeks should not be allowed unless in special circumstances.
Okay, I guess we'll start at the top and work backwards. So First of all, about undocumented entry into this country, what do you think causes undocumented migration into America?
People wanting a better life.
No, that's what causes migration. Why do they enter in with the use of undocumented means compared to legal means?
Because they don't want to do it the right way. They want a faster way in.
For a faster way in. So what causes undocumented migration is the fact that we have very slow means of legal entry, right?
Right. Which
So
is
the one
why.
so the one true way to reduce undocumented migration in the long term is to make the legal means of migration more efficient, correct?
Right.
So what has Donald Trump ever done in his 4.5 years of presidency or proposed to do to make the legal means of migration faster?
Can you say that again?
Name one thing Donald Trump has ever done or has proposed to do to make the legal means of migration faster.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but
Because he's done nothing. So then he's not your guy for immigration. Because you told me that your one issue was undocumented migration into America. We then agreed on the one cause of undocumented migration into America. And then we agreed that Donald Trump has never done it and has never proposed anything to fix that one cause.
right. But what I'm trying to say is that I believe that with his ongoing presidency, he's only been in office for 2.5 months. I believe
No, he's
that,
been in office for 4 years and 2.5 months. Never in his
Right, and so has
first term or
Biden.
second term has he never, ever even suggested policy to make the legal means of migration into America faster. Also, I'm so sorry to detract. I'm pretty sure my YouTube live is getting botted. I just want to do a quick test to see if that's the case. Supposedly, there's over 18,000 people in the YouTube live right now. If those numbers are real, hit the like button on the stream and say something in the chat. Literally everybody watching, like this stream and say something in the chat. If there's literally 18,000 people watching, we should see the chat flooded like no. Okay, well, we might. Well, let's just see how it goes. Let's just look at the likes, you guys, because I'm just curious because I want to know if that's real or fake. It's possible that it's real. I think that it might still be bots, though. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, go ahead and continue.
I don't know where I was. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
was I
on a
saying?
lot of people's streams, it says that. So I'm just more confused about the YouTube live stream.
Yeah. No problem.
On a lot of people's streams, it says that there's 4K people watching. Okay, then I'm pretty sure it's botted. I guess whoever botted my YouTube stream, I can't imagine how much money that would have costed. I don't know why you do that. Go ahead.
I believe that, so what I was saying was that, I wanted a change, or I would have, if I were to have been able to vote, I would have, I would have changed my vote because I would have wanted a different person to see if the change in, ability to become a legally documented, U.S. citizen.
I don't understand what you're saying. I'm so sorry. What?
I'm saying that I would have voted for Trump because in the 4 years that Joe Biden was president, I did not see any attempt to make the legal process of becoming a citizen. I did not see that happening at all.
Well, that's just
So-
objectively false. They tried to influence the bipartisan border bill to get passed through Congress. You admit he hasn't either? What?
Okay.
This doesn't make sense. Okay, Emily, I'm assuming is leaving. She just put herself on mute. Yeah, guys, it looks like we had a little bit of a freeze over on the YouTube stream. It's possible that someone literally botted it to make it freeze up. I wonder. Fallon, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. What's going on, TK? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I did not. I just have a question.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to move on. We are just looking to debate people that did. Everyone just give us a minute, y'all. If you're in that queue, make sure that it means that you voted for Trump. Y'all just look for some debates. If you're one of the 5.1 thousand people on TikTok, guys, make sure that you're liking that live, sharing it out with a couple of friends. Let's try to get some more people in here to have some conversations with. And if you're one of the apparent 17,000 people on the YouTube stream, share the live out. Might as well, man, right? Right. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder how many real people are in the are in the YouTube stream. There's just no way that we have 17,000 people over there. That's too many people. I'm not that poppin'. Y'all. Moving on to the next guest. What's going on? DYS. Did you vote for Trump?
Hello. I'm American.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next guest. I'm gonna assume that I meant to say I'm not American. Sounded British. Moving on, everyone, just give us a minute, y'all. Guys, go ahead and drop a MAGA for me down below in that comment section right now. If you want to come up in a debate, just look for some conversations with some Americans that did indeed vote for Trump. I've also seen a few comments about me fighting Tubbo. How many of y'all heard about that? I saw that he was talking about it on stream with Tommy in it, about how he's supposed to be fighting me. You know, that's true, yeah. That was supposed to happen, yeah. Mike, thank you for the $5 super chat over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Moving on. Yeah, I was supposed to box Tubbo. Fun fact, fun fact. What's up, Hannah? Did you vote for Trump?
Hi, yes, I did.
How old are you?
27.
27. Do you have any type of headset, AirPods, anything plugged into your phone?
Yes, I do. Is it too hard to hear?
Yeah. Is it possible that you could unplug those, disconnect your Bluetooth, etc.?
Yeah, is that better?
Oh, it is significantly better. Yo, first and foremost, Maze, thank you for the $20 super chat over on YouTube saying not a bot dono. Dude, everyone, please show some love to Maze. I do really appreciate that. Thank you, Maze. All right, Hannah, so why did you vote for Trump?
There are a couple different reasons. A lot of it is more of the conservative side than Trump in particular as a human being.
Okay.
But I think abortion's probably a good place to start.
Okay, so you voted for more abortion restrictions, right?
Yes.
Okay, why?
I believe that life begins at conception, and that it has equal value throughout the duration of its growth.
Okay, so like human life at any point in development has equal value.
Yes.
Okay, so you're in a burning building. You're in between a rock and a hard place. Kill one person to save 10, or kill 10 people to save one.
I know where you're going with this, where you have the 10 particular zygotes or fertilized eggs, whatever.
My point, yeah.
1 5-year-old child. I heard that analogy a couple of months ago, and it was something that I really struggled with. And I think that my gut reaction would be to save the one child, but I think that beyond a gut reaction, like actually thinking about it, I would save the child only because I'm so used to seeing a live child. But whenever they're next to each other and you think about the value of the lives, I should save
to 10 zygotes. That's just such a crazy view. Okay. So yeah, you think it's a murder to like kill like an innocent human life regardless of its stage of development. So do you think that women with IUDs are murderers that should go to jail for the rest of their lives if they've killed like, I don't know, 10 zygotes?
I don't, because I think intent matters.
Yeah, I don't think that intent matters. If I intend to get in my car to get gas at the gas station after pounding 3 beers and I wipe out a family of 5 on the way, am I a murderer? Were they murdered?
Well, I mean, even in murder, there's first degree, second degree, third degree manslaughter, all of those different degrees that have intent as at least some sort of a factor.
As it would apply to legal code, I don't think that we should trust or, relate our definition of murder based on what the law does or doesn't say. Like, this is like saying like, no, the Nazis didn't murder Jewish people because their law didn't say so. When I say murder, I just mean the unjust termination of human life, right? So I'm just merely asking you if you think that all human life is of equal value regardless of its stage of development, and women with IUDs that know IUDs can and do kill zygotes by preventing its implantation into the uterine lining, are these individuals that are sexually active and maybe have killed 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 zygotes in their life serious serial killers that are incredibly immoral?
See, I think that it's worth it to have a little bit of a more nuanced conversation about what these definitions mean. Because, for example, right, if you go into war, like if I went to war and I killed somebody and maybe it was an unjust war, I don't know, is that murder? Because I was acting in the orders of someone else. And this isn't to relate directly to the matter of abortion. This is to say that I think there's a more nuanced conversation that needs to be had about intent versus not intent when we're talking about maybe unexplored versions of what we would call today murder.
Listen, if I kill somebody to like derive like pleasure, like I kill my friend so he dies and I get his inheritance because he was the only individual that he willed me every single dollar to his name and I'm $1 million richer. Did I murder him?
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time?
Yeah, so imagine like I want to become super rich. It'll give me great pleasure. So I kill my dad and knowing that he willed me $1 million. Like, would you consider that very wrong?
I would. But
right.
that's
Okay. So I mean, but the comparison here is like the mere fact that a woman engaging in intercourse is doing so to derive mere pleasure. She has an IUD knowing that while engaging in intercourse, she is going to kill a zygote. It's no different than, I'd say, killing my dad to get the inheritance. She's killing that zygote to derive pleasure consequent of the intercourse that led to said conception. So I don't understand under what view we'd say women with IUDs that kill zygotes that are sexually active are not murderers under your view.
Well, because they don't have my view, and two, they might not know that the IUD is killing the zygote prior to its implantation.
But assume they do know. Like, how many women are watching this live right now that are sexually active, have an IUD, and know that can kill a zygote? There's probably thousands of women watching this live right now that fulfill those categories to a goddamn T, okay? Do you consider all of these individuals murderers?
Well, do they believe that it's murder?
No, they don't believe it's murder. It's insane to think it's murder, but you think it's murder.
Right. So in that case, that's why I don't think that they should be held to the same standard as an actual murderer. First degree, premeditated murder.
Oh, okay. So I just want to clarify. You don't think that a single Nazi foot soldier was justifiably... Okay, too much background noise. We're going to go to put you on mute. So you don't think that a single Nazi was justifiably charged with first-degree murder at the Nuremberg trials because they didn't think it was murder to unalive Jewish individuals? Or just think about other travesties throughout human history, such as American slavery. Like, black women got raped at the hand of slave owners because they didn't think that black women could feel pain, or they didn't attribute human rights or personhood to black individuals as a whole, right? So if we just accept your worldview that it's okay to kill valuable life unjustly with premeditation with no good reason just because we don't think we're doing anything wrong, and that's why you don't think women with IUDs are murderers that should be condemned, even though under your worldview that zygote is just as valuable as I, you, or anybody watching this live, all of a sudden you're now being apologetic to American slavery and the great travesties that unfolded with the systemic killing and raping of black women and men just because they didn't think they were doing harm to people, or even the Holocaust, right?
Okay. Sorry about the background noise. I was on a walk whenever I got pulled into the queue. So I don't think that people who do these things are, I don't think that it's the same as murder. I don't think it's the same as, first
Why?
degree murder or anything like that.
Why? Tell me one reason. Wait. Define murder.
Okay. I believe that it is still murder, but I don't.
Please define that silly little word.
I agree with your definition, but I think that unjust might need a little bit more of a clarification.
Wrong. The wrongful killing of a human.
Okay, but who determines what is wrongful?
In accordance with my views, I determine what's wrongful. In accordance with your views, you determine what's wrongful.
Right, which is where we disagree on the law.
What?
So you say unjust, right? And you say that we determine that as individuals.
Didn't you say that abortion should be illegal because you think it's wrong?
Yes, because that is what law is.
So then we don't disagree. What are you saying? You're trying to condemn me for saying that under my view, I don't think it's wrong, and somehow that's an issue, when the entirety of your position is it should be banned because you think it's wrong. Obviously, okay, we advocate for legislation that we think is good, and we advocate against legislation that we think is bad. That is just like a core fact of how society operates. We all have moral preferences. We advocate for intellectualism. We try to have as consistent of views as possible in accordance with rationale, and that's how we conceive of our views of morality. What's the issue? What are you critiquing?
So I'm not attacking you. I'm not critiquing you at all. I'm still just trying to engage in intellectual conversation about this.
Well, I'm just simply asking you to define murder.
I agree with your definition.
Okay.
But I think
so
that
you think it's the wrongful death of a human, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that a woman engaging in sex for pleasure that has an IUD that's killing a zygote that the death of the zygote was justified for any reason?
No.
So that means you think it's wrongful, right?
I do.
The wrongful death of a human being, right?
Yes.
So you think that a zygote was murdered, right?
Yes, but I think that there's more nuance in terms of holding that individual accountable.
What nuance?
Well, I think that for one, you brought up individuals at the Nuremberg trials. What was that? What was the experiment, that psychological experiment where they took the autonomy away from individuals who were shocking people who got answers incorrect. Do you know the study that I'm talking about?
No.
It's not the Stanford Prison Experiment, but essentially there was a study, back in the 60s and 70s where these things were still allowed, where certain scientists would say, okay, there's a person on the other side of this curtain from you, and they'd have volunteers. And whenever that person on the other side of the curtain would get a question wrong, then they would shock them. Okay. Now, they could not see this person, they could not, analyze their reactions or anything like that. And then the person who was a scientist would say, I take all responsibility for you shocking this individual. For any pain, you're going to do it to them, no matter if they tell you to stop, they are voluntary participants.
I don't understand what any of this has to do with your position on a woman with an IUD that kills a zygote.
I promise I will bring it back in about 30 seconds.
Perfect.
Okay, and so as they went through this experiment, they brought the shock levels higher and higher and higher. Eventually, the volunteer who could not see the person they were shocking would hear them screaming in pain, telling them to stop, and they would still hit the shock button. And then eventually, it would be that the person on the other side of the curtain stopped responding. So now the people who were doing the shocking, they were asked afterwards why they kept doing it. And they said that it was because of the scientists who had assumed all responsibilities. Now, this study has been used to equate things, like with the Nazis and the Nuremberg trials, which is a reference that you brought up, which is kind of why I'm talking about this now, about why certain people do certain things. And whereas, yes, they deserve to be held accountable, or better yet, we just get the behavior to stop, it's not the exact same thing as being a cold-blooded murderer. It's psychology.
I'm so sorry. What point are you trying to what is the demonstrable point to counter my claim that under your view, women with IUDs that are sexually active kill and murder zygotes?
Because it is unintentional.
Okay, so if you do it unintentionally, then it is the case that you do not believe you should face any consequence, yes?
I think that the better way is to stop abortion from being legal.
Answer my question. If you murder without intention, you should not face repercussions.
I don't think the women themselves should.
Okay, so if I drink 3 beers, I get in my truck, I drive to the gas station with the intention of filling up my tank, and I take out a family of 5 on the way, am I a murderer that should face consequences, or not because I didn't do so intentionally?
Yes, because drinking and driving was immoral, but having premarital sex is not.
Okay, so you're saying the reason why I should be held culpable in the situation of drinking and driving is because of the negligence and risk of drinking and driving, right?
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time?
Because of the negligence and risk of death to others when drinking and driving.
Negligence and risk, yes, and also the knowledge,
that it
from
could
the
lead
family.
to that outcome.
The knowledge that they've, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so women with IUDs that know IUDs can and do kill zygotes, they acknowledge the risk that in engaging in sex that could yield the outcome of a murdered zygote, and they acknowledge the risk of that outcome occurring. So what's the difference?
Because they don't believe that it is actually killing anything.
Okay, so if they just don't believe that it's murder, or they don't believe that the death of that zygote's morally valuable, would you say that Nazi foot soldiers that unalived Jewish individuals that didn't believe Jewish individuals were people, that didn't believe they were morally valuable, that didn't believe it's murder, should have faced legal repercussions in the Nuremberg trials?
Legal repercussions, yes, but not the same extent as the people who are the ones controlling. Sorry, I'm on a phone call. I'm just trying to protect from the wind. Sorry, I'm crouched behind somebody's fence right now, trying to protect from the wind. I believe legal repercussions, yes. I don't believe it's the same as as intentional murder.
Wait, so you don't think that Hitler is as bad of a guy as I think he is? Because I don't care about Hitler's intention. I just know that Hitler caused a genocide. So you're saying that you view Hitler as a better guy than I do?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Wait, why? Because I thought that you under your view, it would require intent of the death of morally valuable life, and Hitler's whole shebang was that Jewish individuals did not possess morally valuable life.
No, that's not the same at all. I understand. I'm not going to get upset at your comparison or anything like that. Hitler intentionally killed 11 million people. A woman putting an IUD in who does not believe that a zygote is a human being does not know that she's committing murder.
Okay, so once again, for a woman that is in my chat right now that knows a zygote's a human being, that knows an IUD can kill a zygote, that will remain to be sexually active, are they murderers?
I think it's morally incomprehensible, but I think whenever it comes time to actually trying to put something into law and codify it, you can't do that.
I'm asking you, that's not what I asked you. Are they murderers if they know that a zygote's a human being, they know an IUD can and will kill that zygote, and they engage in intercourse with said knowledge? Are they a murderer?
Yes.
Okay, so should they be sent to jail?
See, that's where morality cannot be imposed with legality. We cannot actually prove in a court of law that that's what they knew. I think it's morally
given self-admission of guilt.
They said that I knew that this was
killing a zygote. Sure, yeah, everybody. Admit if you're a woman with an IUD and you're sexually active, admit to killing all those zygotes in the chat right now. Say I admit. Say I admit in the chat right now if this applies to you. Look at all of those women with IUDs that are sexually active that admit to killing those zygotes with their IUD. Should they all go to jail?
I'm sorry, are you asking me or are you talking to the chat?
I'm talking to you. Should they all go to jail?
I think that if they knowingly murdered a human being, that they should go to jail.
Okay, and see, that is where where the entirety of your position absolutely falls apart, is that you think thousands of women watching my live right now should go to jail for the rest of their lives for being sexually active with protection. And that's why I think your view is insane.
That's not it, because I don't actually believe that they have the same view of a zygote as I do. I think they have the same view you do, which, look, I'm not going to hit them for their views because they genuinely don't believe that it's a human being. But
so we've already went down this 5 times. Plantation owners in the American South genuinely didn't think that black women could feel pain, so they'd grape them. Should any of them face legal consequences for said grape?
I'm sorry, should they face legal consequences today or back then?
Legal consequences today if they were still alive for said grape.
See, that's an argument that I would rather not equate very contentious historical atrocities with
exactly my point. Yes. Okay, you answered that perfectly. You literally couldn't have given a better answer. You said that you don't want to equate the travesty of a black woman getting raped during American slavery because the plantation owner did not think that the black woman could feel pain to a woman killing a zygote with an IUD because that woman did not see that zygote as morally significant as she is, or with any moral significance at all. Under your view, logically speaking, those things are categorically identical, right? But obviously, the statement that those two things are categorically identical is fucking insane, and anybody that would ever make an equivocation between the two things is also fucking insane. And the reason why I appreciate you for making that acknowledgement and being unwilling to make said equivocation is also implicitly an acknowledgement that it is not the case that human zygotes, unicellular organisms, possess the same amount of value as you or I, and it is not the case that a zygote getting killed is the same as an individual such as you or I getting killed, or a black woman getting raped during American slavery because a plantation owner did not think she had the ability to feel pain.
I fully understand what you're saying. I think that there's some events from history where I'm not going to touch them in terms of, we all know that things should not have happened that did. I still believe that it's a human being, and I think that we should not be allowing, as much as we are able, this behavior to continue.
Yeah, but you don't have any reason why, because we've already been able to entail a contradiction and absurdity given your view, not to mention that you don't even think that all human beings are morally valuable. Do you think that a doctor is a murderer for pulling the plug on a brain dead patient in the hospital?
Well, brain dead is dead.
Not in the sense of human biological life, no.
No, I do not think that is. There's also no potential for future life from a brain dead patient.
Then you're just telling me that you don't value the existence of biological life in a species classification, that of a human, but you rather value future conscious experiences, which is categorically distinct.
Well, I would argue that instead of saying that if a brain dead person actually had the potential to regain brain power in the future, that yes, a doctor would be wrong for pulling the plug.
And phenomenal. I would agree, because they've already suggested past or present and future subjective experiences equivalent to that of an individual in the coma. So just to clarify, it's not the human life that you value, it's a future sentience that you value, right?
Well, I would argue that it's both.
So it's human life plus future sentience?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying that sentience is valuable, consciousness grants the right to life, because a fetus has the potentiality to have sentience in the future, they should be granted the right to life now.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So does being 18 grant the right to consent to sex because of certain rational states that exist?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Does being 18 grant the right to consent to sex because of certain rational states that exist?
Are you talking about like minors with full-grown adult human beings?
What?
What? I'm sorry, I don't know if I misheard you or not. That's why I asked you to say it again. Can you say it one more time?
Does being 18 grant the right to consent to sex because of certain rational states that exist?
I'm not sure what you mean by rational states that exist.
The ability to understand what sex is and what it leads to and make an informed decision with consent being present.
Are you asking me if I think it should be illegal for teenagers to have sex?
No, I'm just thinking if you think being 18 means that you get the right to consent to sex.
A teen? Sorry, what do you mean by teen? Like,
being 18.
oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said a teen.
18.
Gives you the right to consent. So that's falling into kind of a different conversation, I think.
It tracks. Trust the process.
Okay. The law says yes. I think that people aren't fully developed brain-wise by then.
That's fine. When do you think that you should get the right to consent to sex? I want to go off of your position.
I don't think that there's any one specific day where somebody wakes up and they're suddenly mature enough. I think it depends on the individual.
So certain cognitive states give you the right to consent to sex, right?
I think that they have the right regardless. But I think that once you reach a certain age and maturity, then you are able to actually enter into it with a full conscious mindset. Like, you're not going to regret anything. You're mature enough, and like, you're more of an adult.
I'm just asking you, so I don't even know what you're saying. Can we agree that certain rational and cognitive states is what grants people the right to consent to sex, as they're able to make an informed decision about what sex is and what it leads to?
Yes.
Okay, so certain rational and cognitive states grant the right to consent to sex. Can we agree that a 10-year-old has the potentiality to have those rational and cognitive states in the future?
In the future, yes.
So should they get the right to consent to sex now?
No.
Beautiful. So we don't grant rights to people based upon things they'll have in the future. So when you say that a fetus should have the right to life because they'll have consciousness in the future, and it's that trait that is morally valuable, you've now conceded that position.
Well, I don't agree with that, because I'm not granting a 10-year-old a right to vote either.
Precisely, because they have to be actually 18 to get the right to vote. Just like you have to be actually have these rational states to get the right to consent to sex. Just like you should actually have to have the ability to express consciousness to get the right to life. And a fetus doesn't have that until 20 weeks. So how come we value the potential to have consciousness in order to ordain and grant the right to life to anything with the potentiality for such, but not as it would apply to literally any other right in any other circumstance? And you special plea just to justify that the death of a fetus is unjust.
I would argue that the right to life is not the same at all as a right to consent to sex or to vote. It is your life. It is not a privilege within that life.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, so like a 3-year-old, whereas like they're not able to consent to anything. They don't even have a fully developed vocabulary yet. They still have the right to live their lives. And so I think that equating, what choices a person might make as an adult is different from saying that somebody is not, mature enough to do something.
I'm just going to relate to you my argument. You're saying consciousness equals right to life because consciousness equals moral value. A fetus has the potential to be conscious in the future. Therefore, we will extend and grant that right to life to the fetus now because they have the potential for the morally valuable trait of consciousness in the future. Certain
So
rational and cognitive
they
states
are
equals the
alike.
ability to make an informed decision about sex, which grants you the right to consent to sex. A 10-year-old has the potentiality to be 18 or to have those certain rational and cognitive states in the future. Therefore, we should extend that right to the fetus now. Sorry, to the 10-year-old now. The equivocation that I'm making, that I'm demonstrating here, is that in no context do we ever grant rights to an entity because in the future they will actually deploy a trait.
I see what you're saying. I think that here is where we're differing, is that I'm saying that it has a life now and consciousness in the future. You're
So
saying
then you're arguing that you're granting the right to life because there's a life present, which is completely contradictory to your argument of not valuing the brain dead patient since there's a life present in that circumstance too.
well, a life present and the possibility for that life to continue for the consciousness.
So then you do predicate your position off of future consciousness, so my argument applies.
And the value of the person as is. Like the life exists and has the potential for future consciousness.
I don't think we attribute literally like any value. We don't attribute any special value to the existence of a human life as is. I don't value a brain dead patient more than I'd value a dead body. If anything, I think I'd value a dead body more than I value a unicellular zygote.
And that's, that's obviously your viewpoint, but I view somebody who's brain dead as more valuable than a person who's actually dead. And then if it's more like a coma individual who's in a coma, and then they also have the possibility to gain consciousness in the future, then I think that
Are you a vegan? Are you a vegan?
I was for a bit.
Not anymore?
No.
So you think a brain dead human is more valuable than a cow or a dog? That's insane. Like, I'm not a vegan either, but attributing more value to a brain dead human than my dog or cat is like the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I don't know why we have to compare to animals.
Because it demonstrates that there's not much value in human life alone, and we predicate moral value that grants us the right to life off of a high level of sentience, a high level of consciousness, or a conjunct between past or present and future sentience. It has nothing to do with any intrinsic value that exists in our species classification or DNA.
Okay, so based off of your argument then, if you had an individual who's in a coma, would it be wrong to pull the plug on them?
Yeah, it would. And I've already described why. Because I value a conjunct of past or present and future subjective experiences.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, is that I believe that a fetus is a current human being with the potential to develop consciousness.
And I've already disputed that position. I've demonstrated how you don't apply any intrinsic value to our species classification, and I've refuted valuing the future potential for sentience on its own, and now we're just going in circles.
That's okay. We can move on to something else if you want.
Do you have other reasons why you voted for Trump?
I do. I don't want your live to get shut down, but it's more so talking about the classification of definitions of man and woman.
Okay, according to Trump, I'm classified as a woman. Did you know that?
I did know that, yeah.
You did know that.
I don't think Trump is the smartest. I don't agree with him
So
personally.
I just want to ask you real quick. Do you think that I'm valid in describing myself as a man?
Yes.
Okay. So you're like, well, I'm a female that's valid in my self-description as a man. You think more trans people exist than I do. So what is this anti-trans rhetoric and nonsense coming from? But I will clarify that you're right. We cannot talk about trans issues on TikTok because the live will get taken down.
Okay. Are there certain terms I should just avoid talking about?
We just can't talk about any trans issues at all because we will get banned.
Okay, can we talk about definitions of male and female and man and woman?
That just relates right back to trans issues.
Okay. All right. So then by that, I don't really have... I disagree with him on a lot of the things that he's done in terms of immigration.
Okay.
I don't think...
One second. It's worth clarifying for a couple people in the chat. So no chat. I'm not trans. What the argument was is that Donald Trump's executive order defining the two genders as male and female would consider all Americans as female. The reason being is they suggest that femaleness or maleness begins at the moment of conception, and that is determined on the sex characteristics present. However, there's only a distinction between the male and female sex at 5 to 7 weeks. And that is when I became a male. And in accordance with said executive orders, I'm a female from Trump. I then asked the guests, well, am I valid in my classification as a man? Which would mean under Hannah's view and under Trump's view, I'm a female that's a man. Okay? So unironically, in accordance with Donald Trump's executive order, he thinks that half of our country are trans men. So I just once again, I just want to clear that up for the chat because I saw a lot of people asking if I was trans. So no, I'm not trans. It was an internal critique on Hannah's view of Donald Trump's executive order relating to the two genders or sexes. But now to go back, right? Do you have any other reasons why you voted for Trump?
I would agree that I don't think that, I know what he did with the executive order in terms of everything like that. And I don't have anything further I'd like to debate at this time, Dean, but I would just like to say these are all my uncle's talking points, and I've been having debates with him a lot recently, but I'm actually a radical liberal and voted for Kamala. Thank you for the debate, though.
Got it. All right. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. We're going to go to get that next guest up on the live literally right now, guys. If you're one of the 8.1 thousand people watching on the TikTok, guys, make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen. Somebody is definitely botting the YouTube live. It shows that there's 29,000 people watching. Please don't bot my live streams, y'all. Please. It just like, what it does is it kind of places a veil over like the true numbers. So I don't really know how many actual people are tuning in to the YouTube live right now. As well as, I don't know, I think it could be like a risk of a ban or something. What's going on, Metal? Did you vote for Trump?
Of course I did.
How old are you?
59.
Holy shit. Same age as my dad. Real quick before we hop into our debate.
Is your mom as hot as my ex?
Did you just ask me my mother's physically attractive?
Well, why not? You ask other stupid questions, so why can't I?
I think that one takes the cake.
Why does it take the cake? Because you weren't expecting it?
Well, I just think that the Alabama stereotypes are, finally presenting.
I'm not in Alabama.
That I've never seen before.
It's not Alabama.
I just don't know where that one came from. I'm gonna go ahead and thank a couple people that donated to me. Then we're gonna get back to the debate. I've just never heard what the fuck. Like I understand.
Why don't you ask me about Trump and get on with it?
Just give me a minute. I understand there's a lot of Trump supporters that want to come up here and talk shit, give me a diss, be an asshole, etc. But asking me if my mom's hot, that's not an insult. That's not a we got you, Dean. That's just weird. I got to thank a couple donors real quick. Feel free to unmute. But yo, KM, thank you for the 70 Canadian dollars over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much for the love, KM. KM says, I so badly want to chat with this woman. I always feel like I have so much I want to say / educate when it comes to this topic. KM, bro, DM me on Instagram and then just let me know that you're KM. Please, 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 please. I also really appreciate you for the donation. Thank you so much. And then also Charles with a 50-pound donation on YouTube Super Chat. At least 1,000 WKMs and 1,000 W Charles. That is CHARLL. Thank you so much for the love. That is crazy. Charles says, got a pay bonus today. This is a thank you for restoring my faith in humanity. Well, first and foremost, I do really appreciate you for the love. It is so incredibly kind of you guys. Thank you everybody so much for your donations today. Just know that it means the world. It keeps the stream alive. And it puts a big old smile on my face. So thank you guys so much. Show some love to our donors. Then it's also, I'd like to thank Tessa. Thank you so much for the $10 on YouTube Super Chat. Erica with a 2. And Kimberly with a 20. Thank you so much. Yo, 200 W's for Kimberly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 200 W's for Kimberly. Then yo, Lau with a 10 pounds. BT Toast with a $10. Thank you guys so much. You guys are incredible. I wasn't really reading off the donors during that last debate because I was locked in. But just know that I appreciate you guys so very, very much. And you guys are so very, very awesome. Huge W's in the chat for all the donors. And then also, yo, Lindsay, once again, with a $15 on Venmo. And sorry, I had to swipe to see my notifications real quick. Hannah, thank you for the $20 on PayPal. Thank you, Hannah. 200 W's for Hannah. You guys are great. Huge shout out to all the donors. Thank you guys so much. Now, Metal, go ahead and click on the profile picture of you. Click on the button of the mic. And let's go ahead and have a conversation here. Just don't ask me if my mom's hot again because I was weird.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. What's going on? You guys okay?
Put on your mic.
Oh, I just hit it.
You're back on. So
Okay.
Why'd you vote for Trump?
Several reasons. I'm just a Second Amendment type guy. I believe in closed borders. That's pretty much, and I think there's a bigger conspiracy going on in this country that has been going on since Kennedy's assassination. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to come out that people don't really understand.
Okay. So closed borders,
honestly,
2A, and like
what's that?
So you voted for Trump because of closed borders, 2A, and like mental degradation.
Well, I believe that each state needs their own laws, and I get all of that. But individual laws, like if a woman wants to have a child or not, then that's fine. That's state regulated. That doesn't bother me. But if I wanted to carry a weapon, I need to carry that weapon with reciprocity across all 50 states. Without any issues. And that's one of the big things that I liked about Trump. And he just passed it. I think he righted the EEO on that yesterday or today.
What is EEO called? What does it do? Is it for
What's that? The executive order?
Is it for concealed carry?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're allowed to conceal carry in all 50 states.
Really?
Without having to go from, if you were to drive from Arkansas to Florida, you would have to cross several states. And some of those states don't allow concealed carry. And then if you get pulled over, you have to admit, then you've got, I've got a concealed carry. Next thing you know, you're getting your ass done up against the back of a car and you've got a weapon.
When you're traveling, you just simply don't conceal carry and you put it in its case.
Well, what's the point of having a concealed carry if you don't conceal carry when you travel? What about a concealed carry in my home?
For like the other 99 circumstances where you're not traveling across state lines.
Well, but when you travel, the risk of danger is still there. So why not conceal carry?
Because
I'm traveling in my home state doesn't mean I'm not going to get.
By the way, Donald Trump didn't even legalize or expand concealed carry reciprocity. I just want to put that.
Well,
one
you
out
can
there.
fact check all you want. You can
I am
fact check all you want, but the EO has been signed.
So what's the name?
And
of the EO?
if it hasn't been signed, it is being signed, and it will be signed.
So I just had a curiosity. What's the name of the EO?
Oh, I don't know the name. I think it's a reciprocity concealed carry. I don't know the exact number or name of it.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I see when I look that up is a fact check from PolitiFact saying that no, this didn't actually happen.
PolitiFacts. Keyword.
Yeah, PolitiFact.
Okay, can you find another fact check source, please?
So why are you not okay with PolitiFact?
I'm not okay with PolitiFacts, Politico, in anybody that isn't an accredited. And now there's no accredited news sources out there that really give you the true source. And and listen, I'm new to you. I've got a lot of friends that watch you. I respect your opinion. I respect your platform.
So then why did you ask me if I think my mom's hot?
Dude, then why are we going back to that? You wanted to drop that an hour ago. Just get on with it.
Okay, bud.
So this is the point. You like to bait people in. And that's what they said. They said, Mark, talk to this guy and get him to stop being a baiter. Talk to me about what you want to talk to me about. I'll talk to you, brother. I like your platform. I think you're a nice guy, it seems.
Why did you ask me that question?
Well, because you said, oh, you're the same age as my dad. And I was just trying to be funny. I didn't know you'd take it personal. Good Lord.
I think I could have taken it much more personal and been incredibly justified in doing so.
You would have been more of a snowflake if you would have taken it more personal than what you did.
Oh, yeah. Since when were men snowflakes for not wanting unwanted, weird sexual advances from random creepy men on the internet towards their moms?
To your mother.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, snowflake for caring about my literal
sexually
fucking...
advanced towards your mother.
Okay.
All I said was, I bet your mother isn't as hot as my ex-wife. That's all I said. That's not sexual advancements toward your mom. It's the exact opposite.
So you weren't asking me if she was hot. You're telling me that she wasn't hot.
Yeah, because you said, "Oh, my dad's 59," and here's an old guy that I got to talk to.
Okay, so then it just goes from being weird. Okay, wait. So then it just goes from being weird and creepy to being weird, creepy, and rude. Not to mention,
No,
I
no,
really
no,
like
it's-
the
it's
fact.
just
I
called-
I
it's
think I
called-
see a good reason why it's the. No, I can't say that.
No, no, it's not. It's not being.
I
weird,
was about to
creepy,
say.
and
I was about to
rude.
say
It's
something
just
mean.
being
I was about to say
you.
something mean. I was like, good
No,
reason why
say
she-
what you want to say. Trust me. Whatever you've got. Listen, if you let me say what I can retort back, I will say it. Go ahead. I just saw the little sunglasses come on your face, like
I
you're-
might see some reason from the last
Go ahead.
10 minutes of discussion why it's the ex-wife. You know.
Oh no! You don't, because now you're getting rude because you don't know why.
You told me.
I'm a combat. No, I didn't. I told you that I have an ex.
You told me to say something rude.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I love rude. I love being rude. That's the whole point. I'm very sarcastic.
Okay, I have a proposition.
All right.
Would you be okay with just dropping the whole mom and ex-wife conversation?
You fucking the one that brought it up.
Because I had to know why you asked me.
You
my mom
secondarily
was
brought it up. We were talking about Trump. Now go back to Trump.
But
Go ahead.
because like you were asking my mom's hot, then you were saying that you respect
Drop
me
it.
in my
You asked to drop it.
platform.
And stop.
Sounds good. We'll just
All right.
we'll just
Good on
drop
you. Now-
it.
now
sir,
Trump.
and we'll
Back to
move
Trump.
on. Back to Trump. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So back to Trump. I'm not seeing any evidence that he signed an executive order into law to instantiate concealed carry across all 50 states. I gave you fact check that demonstrated I was correct. Now this would be very easy.
Refresh your browser, and B, get another fact check.
No.
Another source.
I think what I've given to you is like demonstrably sufficient for one reason.
No, it isn't.
The one reason why it's demonstrably sufficient
fact that
is
your
because all that
audience
you'd
is
have to
not
do
going
to
to
prove
do
me
anything
wrong
but
is just give
believe
me
you.
the number of the executive order to look up on Trump's White House website.
Do me a favor. Hold on. Let me get my staff to look it up. Do me a favor. Look up the executive order on reciprocity concealed carry permits across the state lines. Now,
Yeah. Okay.
I have
You
two.
also- you
I
also-
have two assistants, by the way, and I don't use them, but I will now.
Did you
Go
say
ahead.
your staff?
I have two assistants. Yes.
So you got the assistants on payroll right now to help you debate Dean Withers.
Actually, no. Actually, they're here. The only reason I'm on this thing is because of them. They said, Mark, go talk to this guy because you would most probably put him in his place. Unlike all the other people, like the girl before you, she had some good points. And then she said she was a liberal talking her uncle's PowerPoint presentation or whatever. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is all staged for you. If you want to talk to me.
Wait, I have a question. If these debates were staged, does that mean this debate is staged?
No, I said those debates. I said your debates were staged. And that doesn't mean this one. It's grammar. Think about it, brother. Come on.
Why would I have some staged debates and some non-staged
Because you are an
debates?
influencer. You are an influencer who gets paid by clicks, and that's
Whoa!
what I even told them.
Paid by
I even
clicks?
told them, I said, why am I even on this guy's platform? All we're doing is helping him. And she's like, yeah, but he's an idiot. He's an asshole, and someone needs to put him in his place.
Okay, well,
so that's why I'm here.
Well, just before you put me in my place, Mr. Sir, I do have to just real quick, thank you for all these donors. First and foremost, Wendy, thank you so much for the $50 super chat over on YouTube. I want to see 500 big W's for Wendy Devil in that chat. I really appreciate that. Huge W's to Wendy. Huge W's to Wendy. Thank you so much. I would also really like to thank B.O. with the $10 super chat and Amish Tim with the $50 super chat. W's for Amish Tim, W's for B.O. Thank you guys so very, very much. Thank you guys so very, very much. And then Leo with the $20 super chat as well. W's for Leo, W's for B.O., W's for Tim, and W's for Wendy. LFG, nothing but W's, as well as May with the Galaxy. Now going back to our debate, I want you to put me in my place, okay, in a conversation about immigration here. You said that you think Donald Trump is good for immigration, correct, Mr. Sir?
Well, okay, let's talk about, no, I said illegal immigration. See, this is the key point here. If you want to talk immigration, that's different. My brother-in-law is Persian and he's Iranian, and I have no problem with immigration. None. I have a huge problem with illegal immigration.
Okay, so do you agree with Donald Trump's mass deportation?
Yes.
Okay.
Of illegal immigrants.
Yeah. One quick question for you, real quick there, bud. First of all, Juniper, thank you for the $10 super chat on YouTube. W's for Jennifer. Can you name one way that undocumented migrants that have not committed violent crimes harm, heart, or negatively affect you, me, America as a whole, or any other American, Mr. Sir?
Okay, you broke up. Do I have have they not committed any crimes?
No violent crimes. Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. Start the thing. I didn't hear the whole question.
Can you name one way that undocumented migrants that have not committed violent crimes hurt you, me, or any other American?
Can I name one undocumented?
Let me repeat it. Can you name one way?
Slowly.
Okay.
Because
of course.
this is what you like to do.
I'm
Go ahead.
Speaking too fast. Some might say you're listening too slow, but I digress.
Well, that could be it. Honestly, it could be.
The question once again is, can you name one way that undocumented migrants that have not committed violent crimes hurt, harm, or negatively affect any American or America as a whole?
Okay. It's a very good question. I'll tell you that right now, because I'm going to forego the initial crime of coming across border without permission or a visa or any of that. Now, once they're in this country and they're contributing to society, to me, this is where I kind of have an issue with it. But I have to go back on the law, because I look at my brother-in-law. He came here in 1976, okay? And he came here with $5. And now he has contributed. He's an American citizen, but he came here legally.
Yeah.
What I think's the bad thing is they're coming in here illegally. I'm sorry that if you came here and you're a good person, but the point is, it's like slapping. It's like slapping someone, a bouncer, and him too afraid to kick you out, but you go into the bar. But everybody knows that you didn't pay the fine or the bar tab to get in or whatever, the door cover charge, and you're in. You see what I'm saying? You still slap the guy.
So, Mr. Sir,
that's
are you able
the
to
point.
articulate a way in which undocumented migrants hurt America?
I just told you.
Wow. Okay.
How you want to be an idiot? They broke the law by coming in.
Okay, they broke the law.
That's the point. If you want to break it down, they've already broken the law by coming across the border. Period.
Phenomenal. Let me ask you a question.
So they're not breaking the law anymore because they've already broken the law.
So do you think that breaking the law always causes harm?
You see, okay, well, where are you going to take this? To me, what?
No,
I don't know.
I'm just merely asking you to articulate.
No, because you're gonna bring this on to something else. Breaking the law causes harm. Okay. Well, there's misdemeanors, there's felonies, there's all kind of laws. What law do you want? Let's throw one out there. What do you want?
I'm asking you if you hold to the principle that every time anybody breaks any law, they generate harm. Because if you don't hold to that principle, merely saying that undocumented migrants
do you honestly live your life that way? Do you honestly wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm not going to break any law today? And you don't, or you do? Do you speed? Do you run a red light? Do you run through a stop sign?
Can I speak here real quick?
No, you asked me a question. I'm asking you that answer. Do you run through a stop sign?
Well, I break some
you've broken
laws
a law.
Probably sometimes.
So you know what? Should you get a ticket if you've been seen? Yes. If you got crossed,
I'm pretty sure that like
you should be deported.
So I would love to give you a difference. So
what's that?
What my argument is that typically breaking a law does generate harm, but not breaking.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Can you just let me? Can you just let me finish?
Just because someone breaks a law,
you're interrupting me.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me take another sip of my Earl Grey tea.
This guy's fucking funny. Okay, so I mean, you're kind of making my point.
I do like you though, dude. I can do this shit.
You interrupted me again. Just sip your fucking tea.
Like
sit back.
Don't interrupt. But I'm just saying something positive.
Just sip your tea. Sip your Earl Green, whatever the hell tea, okay?
I'm saying something positive when I'm interrupting you. I said, hey, I like this dude. He's a cool dude. I can hang out with him and do this shit all weekend. That's not interrupting. That's just banter. Now go ahead. I'm not going to interrupt.
Sip your fucking tea, okay?
Earl Grey.
Vanessa, thank you so much for the gold mine. So, okay, there's a couple thoughts that I have about mass deportation here. I'm just going to go ahead and share them with you, so hopefully you'll be able to respond to them. So the reason why I disagree with mass deportation is because, I don't believe that all of the responsibility for undocumented migration falls on the shoulder of the undocumented migrants. The root cause of undocumented migration is how bad our legal processes of migration are, how long they take, and how expensive they were. If, for all of modern American history, Congress did not neglect those legal systems, and we were to a point where we had as many legal ports of entry as possible to merely screen out individuals who had committed violent crimes to quickly, efficiently, and for a very cheap cost, okay, right, allow as many individuals as possible to migrate into America, then I would be okay with deporting undocumented migrants because there
We're on
was
the
no
same page.
reason for them to enter in with the use of undocumented means.
I
But
agree.
we're not there. Right now, we have eroded, slow, costly, expensive, and honestly, terrible means of legal migration
Okay,
into
can
this
I ask you
country,
this?
meaning
Can
that
I
I
ask you
think
this?
a lot of the culpability falls on the shoulders of our own government. For the undocumented migrants that are only in our country, that are in our country right now, I think we should offer them a pathway to residency or citizenship, not only because most of the culpability for undocumented entry falls on the shoulders of the government, but also because undocumented migrants literally only help our country. They're productive providers. They grow the GDP. They pay $100 billion in taxes per year. They increase average qualities of lives, and they do that all with an undocumented status. Imagine what they do with legal residency or permanent citizenship, right?
Okay, I agree with you. Now, don't get all excited because I agree with you. But let me ask you this one question. I completely understand what you're saying, and let's stop and put your tenant to work right now. Let's deport everybody and start with what you're saying, because nobody's going to come across our borders now that's got fentanyl and 90% of them are drug users and drug.
All right, well, sorry, dude. You caught a stray there. You can't say the names of those things on the TikTok live. What I will say is that what you just said was false, quite frankly. 85% of those things that are coming into America are brought by citizens because they undergo significantly less scrutiny than any other migrant anywhere else, and it's legal. So they actually don't do that with undocumented migrants because if they are brought in the face of law enforcement, border patrol, ICE, etc., well, all of a sudden law enforcement, border patrol, ICE, etc., already has reason to detain them because of their undocumented status. It's significantly easier than having those things brought across the border by a citizen because, well, all of a sudden now the border patrol, ICE, the law enforcement agencies need probable cause to do any type of investigation insofar as are these individuals trafficking or not. So that's why a vast majority of all of those things are brought into our country by citizens. So when you try to place that culpability and blame on undocumented migrants, you're just statistically incorrect. And I hope that's a reasonable explanation why. We're going to go to get the next guest, White Tiger, up into the live. So everybody do just kind of give us one moment here. I would really like to thank Charles for the 50 pounds over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you for the love, saying paid by Super Chats, not clicks, actually. Let's go. W Super Chatters. W Charles. Dude, Charles, that is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much for the love. I want everybody to show some love to Charles down below in that chat right now. Thank you so much. And I mean it. Thank you so much, Charles. By the way, if there's anybody watching this live that wants to support the stream, you can support me over on YouTube Super Chat, as like a lot of people have been. I appreciate you guys so much. However, you could also support me on Venmo and PayPal, where I get 100% of the proceeds. It goes straight to me. There's no intermediary like TikTok or YouTube. So do keep that in mind. You could find my Venmo and PayPal on the link tree in my bio on TikTok or on the pinned message on the YouTube stream in like less than 10 seconds. But we got the next guest loading up right now. You guys make sure that we are double tapping away in that phone screen and go ahead and spam MAGA down below in that chat if you do want to join. We have close to 10,000 people in the room with us right now just on TikTok alone, and another 3.6 thousand people on YouTube. So in theory, we'd be able to find another Trump supporter to talk to quite easily. An application, it's proven to be quite difficult. So we're going to get that next guest up here right now, you guys. So do just kind of give us a minute. We got Jesse Tyler loading in. Go ahead and drop a MAGA in that chat. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the drill. Also, you guys are asking where Parker's at. Yeah, I thought that Parker would be joining a very long time ago. I wonder where he's at, quite frankly. What's he doing? Parker's running late. Hello, Anthony. Did you vote for Trump?
I'm so sorry. I did not.
No worries, Anthony. Don't even trip. We're going to go to get that next guest up. Adrian Sanchez was spamming Trump is president with an American flag in that chat. Adrian Sanchez, I invited you to come up here and have a debate with me. I bet you're going to pivot. Same thing for you, Nick, who just commented, get a job, Dean. I just sent you an invitation to join the live. I know neither of you will accept it because you're quite scared, quite frankly. Moving on to the next guest here. Just we needed to do a little bit of rage.
Sweet.
Hello, what's going on, King? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. I'm 27. I'm in Florida.
I'm never calling you King again.
That's okay. You just did it a second time. It's cool though.
Okay. Why'd you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump because I want the United States empire to be expanded, and I think Trump's the guy to do it. I think we should take Canada. I think Canada is a national security risk.
You're
And so
trolling.
yeah.
You're trolling.
No. I can give reasons if you would like me to.
The friendliest country in the world is a national security risk?
Yeah. Would you like to know why?
After
So
you answer
yes,
my
if
one
you-
question, you called America an empire.
yes,
Who rules
yes.
empires?
The leaders.
Who are the leaders? Is it a Congress or a king and a queen?
You can have both. In this case, it would be Congress, but because Trump is in power, majority people side with Trump. People in power side with Trump. So I would say Trump would be our leader.
Do you want Trump to be king of America? Dictator of
I,
America?
I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind that. I think, I think what he's doing with Canada is horrible. I think we should just go ahead and just invade. I'll be honest with you. I think
So
they really, yeah. So if you would let me, I'll go ahead and tell you. So the Canadian government did an audit on their military, like it was like 8 months ago, and found out that they can only last 3 hours in a full scale war when it comes to ammunition. That is terrible. That means if China or Russia or any other country that wants to really fuck with us and harm the United States could go through easily through Canada and take Canada, and then they're right on our borders.
Okay, so here's the thing. First and foremost, just to respond to that terrible fucking argument that I've never heard
Okay.
anybody else make because of how terrible it is.
Okay.
Think about this. What is
Okay.
going to be a better buffer between any country coming into America through Canada? 3 weeks of ammunition or no weeks of ammunition because the country doesn't exist? Boom. Crazy. I know. Secondarily, if there was a threat of another country wanting to invade America coming through Canada, we would most likely go into an allyship with Canada and have millions of troops in Canada. Boom. Thank you. Moving on.
Yeah.
Next argument.
Yeah. Wait,
you said
I
that
said
you want
3
Donald
hours.
Trump. One moment. You said that you want Donald Trump to be some type of king or some dictator. So right now, America's in a constitutional crisis because Donald
Yes.
Trump has disrespected the constitutional rights of American citizens, media corporations, and has straight up ignored orders from courts.
Mhm.
And you are the reason why there's so many millions of Americans who proclaim themselves as a member of the party of common sense, a member of the party of true patriocy, respecting the American Constitution and respect for law and order. But then when the mask is off and you speak freely as you are right now, you tell us that you don't care about the American Constitution, you wish it didn't exist, and even though America exists as a country, right, and fought the Revolutionary War to rid itself of kings, that Donald Trump should be the king. It is the least patriotic, most traitorous thing that we have in our country in modern American history. It's terrifying, and it proposes a great risk.
Yeah, so and it's funny that you say all those things, right? I think now America's woken up to the idea that, you know what, we need a 2.0 version of the Constitution, and we need to start amending things and going about it. Do I wish that Trump would have did some of his executive orders through Congress and through legislation and everything? Sure, yeah, but you know what? The fact is, he got it done, and that's really what it matters is we're seeing results.
Oh yeah, what's your
Uh,
favorite Trump policy?
I like the fact that he went ahead. Well, I like executive orders. It's not really
which one?
a policy. I think the tariff. Well, for policy, I think putting tariffs on Canada is great.
Why?
Why? Because I want to collapse their government and force them in to be with the United States.
Okay, so you're for imperialism.
Well, no, I'm for taking them over because I love them. Because it's
No,
like the
you
big
have to
bro and
wait,
little
wait,
bro.
wait. I'm so sorry. This view is literally so insane that you have to be a troll.
No. I'm 100%, bro. I host lives myself. I say the same thing and I promote this on my lives and stuff. Like 100%, we should
No,
conquer
saying that
Canada.
you want to like invest in conquer and conquest to invade another country.
Uh-huh.
This ideology is something that we last saw when like Christian nationalist theocracies were invading other countries and killing everybody in it, regardless of their religious affiliation, because the Christians that they'd be killing would just be loved so much and go straight to heaven. Like, not only is this ideology so incredibly harmful, it's just not something that I've ever like been presented with myself. Like, this is like something that we saw during the Holocaust. This is something that we see we don't even see this in Russia. Russia doesn't even claim to love Ukrainians. That's why they're ethnically cleansing them. Not even something that we see in Israel with Palestine. They don't claim to love Palestinians. That's why they're ethnically cleansing them. This view is like so estranged. It's not even present in the most estranged governments, entities, and nations doing the most horrendous acts of ethnic cleansing and genocide today.
Yeah, but it's what our CIA does. Our CIA goes and destabilize other countries and put people who we want in power that will go ahead and push our agenda
And
and
I
align
disagree
themselves
with
with
that.
us. Really? So when the United States puts Saddam Hussein in
Like,
power
can
and
I
thinking
ask
that,
you a
okay,
question real quick? Because
yeah,
pivoting to the CIA is one thing. I just want to like clarify that you're like this manifest destiny. We love the Canadians, so we're going to destroy their country and overtake them type shit.
if they don't come willingly, I think it's a great idea.
Do you disagree with Russia's invasion of Ukraine?
Mm, no, not really.
Do you disagree with Donald Trump's proposed ethnic cleansing of the Gaza Strip?
Him doing it, yes, I disagree. Israel doing it, no, I don't disagree. And the reason being is because that's over a 75-plus year war. Their fathers, grandfathers, sons, and daughters have both lost and took heavy losses on both sides. So we see, it was like, I think 2 years ago, they did an Ask Me project. And what they found out is when they went over there, I think it was 50, if I'm not mistaken, it's 50 and older. They want to see peace. And then when it was 18 or 30, they say they want to see war. And when they ask people, kids and teens under the age of 18, they say they can't wait to join up and continue the rhetoric of going after them. So we can see just by looking just off of that right there, right? This war is never going to stop.
Okay, so what you're iterating to me, by the way, is not true. What you're telling me, or what you mean to be telling me, but it's just littered with misinformation, is that there are some Palestinians who want a single, like, one-state Palestinian solution, and then there's some Israelis that want a single one-state Israeli solution. And what you're basically telling me is because there's individuals on each
Sure,
side
I
that
never
both
brought
think
up
the
the
other land is
Israelis.
theirs, this will never stop. Therefore, the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians is justified.
Yeah. But
So
wait, hold on real quick. I literally told you inside of the Ask Me project that was done, and that's
wait, one
strictly
second.
acid
I'm so
only.
sorry. You don't respect human rights, so I'm just not going to respect your right to speak real quick. We got Parker up here. Parker, you got to hear from this craziest strange guest. I've never heard more strange views.
1 second, I'm setting up everything. Give me a
Sure.
second.
Yeah, no, take your time. I
But
like you got to
by
hear
the
what
way,
this
my
guy's
main
saying.
account and my third account are banned, so I won't even be on those today because both of them are banned.
I got banned on the DNC Dean account super quick, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
everything's been
Charles,
banned.
thank you so much for the for another 50-pound YouTube super chat over on YouTube. Holy crap! Charles says Canada's an empire. Always let perpetuate imperialism by invading and taking over. Yeah, he's literally like, invasion imperialism is a good thing because we love them. We're gonna do it. First of all, let's see at least 500 big W's for Charles. I really appreciate you for the love. That is fucking insane. Thank you so much, Charles. And then also Sid with a $50 super chat saying, hi, Dean. Hope today's going well. Well, I don't know, man. Today's been a little bit crazy, if you ask me personally. But thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Oh, my God. Show some love to Charles and Sid. You guys are absolutely nuts. Holy crap. And now, Parker, you really got to hear from this King guy.
Gutsy. Nice shirt though, by the way.
Thank you.
You just called me king 3 times. I want you to know that.
It's a golf shirt from Tyler the Creator.
It's supposed to, well, it's isn't it like I'm wearing green today because it's St. Patty's Day, right?
Oh, yeah, you're just yeah. That's why I decided to wear it.
I was like, I'm going out later. We're going to get some adult beverages.
That'll be fun.
With Marge.
You know, I should do something to celebrate St. Patty's Day. I really should. It's my holiday, man. Garrett, thank you so much for the 2 galaxies. Middle name Patrick. Gotta represent. Gotta represent.
Enough people have called me Patrick on the live. Okay.
Yo, Abe, thank you for the $10 super chat over on YouTube. Appreciate that. Okay, King, gotta unmute. Tell Parker why you voted for Trump. I gotta have him hear this. I really
Yeah,
gotta have Parker
so
hear
I
this.
voted for Trump because I want to see the expansion of the United States empire. I think we should just go ahead and invade Canada. They're a national security threat if another country were to land troops on the ground.
Wait, King,
Canada,
I have a question. So,
okay.
you think there should be secured borders?
Yes.
But you think there should be an open border between the U.S. and Canada?
Yes, I think Canada should be the 51st state.
Well,
Or
so you're
territory of the
advocating
United
for open.
States.
So you're advocating for open borders?
Yes, if they go ahead and sign for to be the 51st state, or they become a territory of the United States.
Why would territory of the United States? Why would you make Canada only one state?
Why not? Why not? They're like 40 million people. It's okay. It's not crazy.
You know how many people live in Iowa?
You know how many people live in California?
Yeah, but you know how many people live in Iowa?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't
like
know.
3 million people.
Okay. Okay. Would you like to? I mean, we could break Canada up into multiple states. I mean, I don't
There
really
you go.
care.
At least do that. One.
We could.
Two, right? Shouldn't we address the fact that maybe it is the case that they don't want to join the United States?
It doesn't matter. They're a national security threat, and both our economy would prosper if we take them and merge them in with us. We could go ahead and eliminate the tariffs on both sides because they're with us. There's no reason to tariff them because they're with us. And we would get the shipping lanes.
I mean, they're with us
that
anyway.
goes to Greenland.
They're with us anyway. I mean, they're our ally. So it's like, what
But
are you
we're
talking
see-
about?
but
Why
we're
do you think
seeing-
that Canada's a threat, bro?
Yeah, because so their government did an audit on them 8 months ago on their military and found out that their military can only withstand a 3-hour war conflict if somebody were to go into war. So if Russia or China were to land boots on the ground or any enemy of the United States to harm us, yeah, Canada is easy to go ahead and just take over and they'll be right there.
Okay. So, so you're saying that we should just make Canada a part. What about the rest of the world? Like, what about Mexico? Do you want Mexico to be a part of the U.S.?
I'd like Mexico to be a territory of the United States. I would like it, yeah, personally.
Okay.
but
So
Me- but
why only a
Mexico
territory?
can
Why not
hold-
a state? Why not a state?
Because I'll just say it doesn't matter.
Oh, are they muted now?
These views are just like.
All right, my
these,
bad. I had a
these
phone
views
call.
are just like. Cool. I'm okay with just dropping this guy than just never thinking about him again. He's literally so insane that
Yeah, but Trump wants to do it though. So I mean,
are you real? No.
Yeah.
No. Please tell me that you're just a troll.
No, bro, I can share this out. I can bring 100 people in here if you would like that would share the same views I view.
Dude, you're crazy. You shouldn't have the
Why is
right
it-
to vote.
Hey, Trump's in power because of people like me, and he holds the same views as I hold. What's wrong with that?
Oh my god. He
Okay,
shouldn't have the
so-
right to vote either.
So then here's my question, right? You also want Mexico, okay? Why not Central America? Why not South America? Why not the EU? Why not the rest of the world?
I do like your idea of a one world order with America leading it.
Jesus Christ, dude.
But we got to
You are
start somewhere
insane.
first.
Are you actually advocating for the U.S. to own the entire globe?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I think we should go ahead and nuke either Russia or China or Iran.
Okay, I don't believe this person.
No, he can't be real.
I don't.
Bro,
You just
it's happening,
advocated to
it's-
nuke them?
Yeah,
Dude, do
it's
you know what
hap-
mutually... Hold up, King. Do you know what mutually assured destruction is?
Yes, sir. But we see what's going on in the Middle East is heading that way to a nuclear war or a long, another 20-year war. We see with the Houthis being funded by Iran attacked our
Can I
military.
just have
Yes, sir.
one question.
Okay.
In a one-word response, yes or no, was Mustache Man a bad guy?
Mustache Man was a bad guy for people that weren't his people.
Parker, it's
Saddam Hussein was a bad guy
I'm
if
just-
you weren't his people.
You talk to him real quick, Parker, and then we're gonna kick him really soon. I just want to make sure I respond to your text real quick.
Okay, so I just want to let you know, dude, that is actually fucking disgusting. I don't understand how you are a real person. How do you depersonalize yourself from other
But
people so much that you can say things like that. Like
because I'm a product of it.
you've dehumanized people, you've depersonalized them, right? You've completely stripped them away of their humanity.
Yeah, I'm a product of that, sir.
What are you talking about? I'm confused.
Okay, so on my mom's side, my ancestors came here and took this land from the Indians, right? I'm a
Don't
product
refer to people.
of that.
That's so fucking crazy,
I,
dude.
I'm
Can
I'm
we?
a pro-
Dude.
Good.
Oh my.
Thank you. Just get him
Oh,
out of here.
dude.
I don't think I've ever heard. Like, I've been debating. I just want to make this so incredibly clear to everybody watching. I've been debating for a little over 2 years now. That guess takes the cake. Period. Nothing else to say. I've heard a lot of crazy shit. I've literally debated Nick Fuentes, and that guy gave me the craziest arguments I've ever heard. That is the most deranged human I've ever spoken to in my life. I've never heard more sick arguments from a human ever. And it's literally so bad that I'm having a hard time convincing myself that he wasn't a troll.
Dude, I already like am already like that was a bit much, dude.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I want to like.
That was insane. That was insane. It was so bad that I'm having a hard time convincing myself that he wasn't a troll because of how implausible it is, even for the sickest of human minds, to genuinely hold those beliefs. I'm guessing because Sierra's laughing that, they didn't vote for Trump. Yo, Charlie, for another 50-pound donation on YouTube Super Chat. Charlie, you've been going crazy all day. Charlie, I want nothing but W Charlies in the chats for at least the next 10 minutes. Charlie, you've shown so much love all day. That is CHARLL. Charlie says one more. Thank you for everything you and Parker do. You're both on the front lines of the fight against anti-intellectualism, at least in these streams. Absolutely. I really appreciate you for the love. That is nuts. Charlie, you have dropped. If I look at the top chats, literally 3 of them are you. That is crazy. Thank you so much for the love, Charlie. Everybody show nothing but love to Charlie in the chat for at least 10 minutes. And what is up, Gabriel? Did you vote for Trump?
I did. How are you doing, Dean?
I've had better days. I've had better days. Why did you vote for Trump?
Well, let me just say, I think that last dude was a troll. That was out of pocket as fuck.
I don't know, but yeah. Why'd you vote for Trump? Let's just start anew.
Well, I actually kind of wanted to touch on when I first joined the stream, you were talking to this girl about abortion, and just so you know, I am independent. I don't really objectify myself with either Democrats or Republicans. I kind of go with whatever way I feel. But I don't know, the argument with abortion. I was kind of having issue with how it was being presented on both y'all sides, honestly.
Okay, so we are here to talk to people about why they voted for Trump. So maybe if we host a different live discussing abortion specifically, we could do that. Or if abortion plays into a reason why you voted for Trump,
It 100% does take a position.
So you voted for Trump for less abortions.
Yes, so I'm very much pro-choice. Now, I do understand a lot of arguments that people have. And I want to say I'm not exclusively pro-choice. I completely understand for instance, if there is...
Do you mean pro-life?
I'm sorry. I'm busy right now, and I'm trying to talk. I'm pro-life. So the only exception I really have to it is if there is danger to the mother, which I think that's kind of a more... Most people who are pro-life, that usually is their one exception. But one of the issues I was having is you were presenting the IUD argument, right? IUDs prevent conception.
So they can. They serve 2 functions: prevention of conception, and then allowance of conception and prevention of implantation.
So, yeah. So the way that you're wording your argument is that somebody that uses an IUD is killing a zygote.
Yeah, they can. That serves as one of the 2 functions.
So, no, I don't know where that came from.
The box of an IUD. The box of an IUD lets you know that it can kill a zygote. It's one of the 2 functions. Those are the 2 things that an IUD can do. Are you positing that it just happens in a very small amount of circumstances?
Well, I would say it's not the prime. It is by no means the primary, and the odds of that occurring is very low. Just
I
because
don't think the odds of it occurring changes the culpability for murder on behalf of the agent with the IUD if it does occur. Like, for instance, let's just assume I had like a pew pew in my hand. I shoot it through my back wall. There's houses behind me. There's a 5% chance that it hits and unalives somebody, okay? If it does hit and kill somebody, am I culpable for murder?
Yes, third-degree murder for sure.
So definitely, like the likelihood of this outcome occurring doesn't matter as long as they knew it could occur and it did occur. So, I mean, under your view, even in accordance with what you're describing to us, women with IUDs that have killed these zygotes are still going to be culpable for murder.
Okay, then let me ask you. Let's say someone is prescribed a specific antibiotic, right? And they don't know that they are let's say they are gonna be pregnant tomorrow, but that antibiotic kills or kills the pregnancy, which is something that happens, with many medicines that people take. Did that person unintentionally have an abortion?
What? I think that I don't understand the relation of that question to the overwhelming topic that we're discussing. I like my response to that would like it depends on how you define abortion, I guess. Like
yeah. Let me.
But like I don't see how that relates to why you're pro-life.
There's a lot of what I'm saying is there's a lot of medication that you could take that would also result in the same thing happening.
So if you take a medication that can kill a zygote growing in your uterus by preventing its implantation on the uterine lining, right, and you do so knowing that it could kill that zygote, and it does, yeah.
What I'm talking about is the moral obligation. What I'm talking about.
Well, remember, under my view, I don't think you have a moral obligation to a zygote at all. Wouldn't these be questions that you'd be asking to test your own view?
Well, what I'm saying is whenever somebody gets an IUD, right?
Okay.
They are not reasonably thinking that they are going to conceive and then kill. What their primary focus on is preventing said conception, preventing the egg from eating the sperm. The way that you're presenting it is that is 100% always the case how IUDs work. Whenever you're saying,
wasn't the way that I presented it. The first question you asked me, or more so the statement that you made.
I'm talking about whenever you were speaking to the lady.
I know that that's false because I've had a discussion about the likelihood for an IUD to kill a zygote with many people and many podcasts and many debates, and I've had a discussion regarding the likelihood of this outcome occurring, if it's its primary focus or not, and the culpability for murder given that it does occur. You were misrepresenting my own views, and this is evidently true because I've had the same discussion many times before, which means I do not posit it as its only outcome.
So the thing that I take issue from is not that you brought that up. That's completely fine and completely valid for your argument. But the way that you presented to her, she didn't seem like she was as educated on how an IUD actually works, because the way that you presented it to her passed it off as that is the way that an IUD primarily functions.
It's one of the two functions of an IUD.
When you say what you're talking about is possibility, true, yes. What you're talking about right now is possibility versus probability.
And we already went over this. Outcome. I already accepted. I don't know the statistical likelihood of this occurring. Assuming it's low, that mother's still culpable for murder if it does kill the zygote, and I gave you an analogy to demonstrate that. So what's your point? Why are you still pushing back against this argument that I've made to demonstrate the likelihood doesn't matter, because if that outcome occurs, they're still culpable?
Because the way that you present it to her,
it goes back to the way you think I presented the argument to her.
No, because,
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, sir. I have a question. If a woman with an IUD engages in intercourse, knowing that IUD can kill a zygote, and it does kill a zygote, is she a murderer?
She's morally responsible for it, in my opinion.
Is she a murderer?
She is morally responsible for it.
That's not the question that I asked you. I asked you if she's a murderer.
In my opinion, she is morally responsible to it.
Thank you for letting me know. In your opinion, she's morally responsible for it. In your opinion, is she morally responsible for it? And is she a murderer?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. If I'm saying she is morally responsible for it, she killed it. Now, was that intentional? No, right? But what I'm saying is your argument. I'm having an issue with how you presented your argument to her, because what you did is you swayed it. You swayed it for her to think that an IUD primarily does that function. It is not even a primary. How would you say it? It's not even the primary intention of an IUD, but you swayed it that way. It's the same, but it's the same way that you can argue someone taking any medication.
So I just want to clarify. It is one of the two primary functions of an IUD, but due to the fact that the likelihood of this outcome occurring does not change the woman's culpability for murder, this would be an irrelevant fact. So even if it was the case that I presented the argument to her as if it was the primary function, given that if it wasn't the primary function, the logic would still hold and the woman would still be culpable for murder. As I just showed with you, I find this to be a waste of my time.
No, because I think that it brings up the same issue like I said earlier. If she is responsible, then same thing for a woman who's taking a medication that can be responsible for killing, or however you want to word it, depending on your morality.
No, of course. Dude, like, can we both agree that if a woman is like 25 weeks pregnant and she drinks a bunch of booze and it kills the fetus, that she's culpable for like the wrongful death of that fetus? If she's like, if she's going to go into labor in an hour and she's about to give birth and she downs a handle of tequila and that baby dies, right? Is that woman culpable for its death?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So rather it's alcohol, rather it's medication or an IUD, right? If you know that this outcome can occur and it does occur, like seemingly you'd be culpable, and this is a big issue under your view, because then all of a sudden women with IUDs are culpable for the deaths of these zygotes, which you view as murder.
If you let me ask you this: if you go up to
I want to know why you think abortion is wrong.
Let me ask you.
No, I'm not going to let you ask anything else, because the first question I asked you is why you think abortion is wrong.
Let's go off of why abortion is wrong.
No. We're going to stay on the topic of abortion, and you're going to tell us why abortion is wrong, because the one question I've been asking you is why is abortion wrong? You told me that was one of the main reasons you voted for Trump. So how come you think abortion's wrong?
Okay, well, I was just bringing up my issue with that, but the reason I think abortion is wrong is I believe at conception, there's life, right?
Okay.
Now, you were talking earlier, I really did like your argument about...
Gabriel, I don't want you to talk about anything I said earlier. I want you to tell us why you think abortion is wrong. Please unmute yourself and take it away. I will not remute you. I just merely want you to describe your reasons why you think abortion is wrong. I'm not going to remute you. I won't touch or fuck with your mic. I'm going to let you have it as long as you could describe to us why you think abortion is wrong. So far, we've gotten a sentence out of you. You think life starts at the moment of conception. Okay, continue. Click on your profile picture and click the icon of the mic.
Do you think I should turn on my YouTube stream I'll only be on for 2.5 hours because I'm getting off at like 6:30 my time.
If you want.
And I'm not even going to be on my main account. So are you going to be on for that long?
I'll probably be on for like, I've already been on for 3 hours. Well, actually only about 2. I'll probably be on for like another hour or so. Maybe a little over.
Okay. Yeah, I can't even go live my own. So I might just stay on live until you get off, and then I'll probably just end early today. Okay. I won't get a debate live today. I'm so sad. I didn't even get to post
sucks.
YouTube or anything. I've been
so bad,
doing stuff all day. I was trying to set up this router and it's like not working. Like like this extender, because like it's not working fully like across my entire place. Like the internet.
If you want, we could talk later. I could try to help you figure it out.
Yeah, no, I would appreciate that.
Yeah. Gabriel, so tell us why you thought abortion's wrong so far. All that you've been able to demonstrate is that life begins at the moment of conception, so why is abortion wrong?
Okay, if life begins at the moment of conception, through that's my opinion. Some people think differently, right?
I agree. Life starts at conception.
Okay, if you were to end said life, so you do agree with that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if you were to end that life, inherently you've murdered.
Okay, so just the death of human is murder.
That's simple.
Perfect.
Yes, that's simple.
So when doctors pull the plug off of life support from a brain dead patient in the hospital, causing their biological life to end, causing them death in a biological sense, are they murderers?
What are you using as your definition for life?
Like the 5 markers of biological life and which are applicable to brain dead patient.
Okay, so the main accepted opinion for or definition of life is organic matter that has the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change, preceding death. Right? Does that?
I think that's a mix of those is sufficient. Like, I don't think that you have to be able to reproduce to be alive. Like, I don't think that infertile women are dead.
Okay, that's according to the Oxford Dictionary,
Are you
right?
saying like cellular reproduction?
No, that's even a better way to put it, right? The capacity for let's just base off of functional activity, right? The capacity for functional activity. Would you say that a brain dead person has the capacity for functional activity?
Functional activity insofar as the reproduction of cells, yeah.
So, are you drawing the line at the production of cells
Like the
for
reproduction of
functional
cells?
activity?
I mean, that is
Dean,
this is
my
sense of
YouTube
biological
is
functional
tripping
activity,
right now.
yeah?
It says you have 25,000 fucking viewers right now.
I know, we've been getting like botted all stream.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's not
What is
real.
going on? I mean, you have 2.7 thousand likes.
I wish it was real. Well, I'm pretty sure we do have a shit ton of people on the YouTube. Like, I think somewhere near like 4 to 5K. But it's like someone's been botting it. It's been going from like 4 to 5K to 20K. At one point we had 40K. I don't know who's spending their money on it.
What the fuck? That's insane, dude.
That's nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
Dude, now OM's about to use this as an argument against you, dude.
Dude,
he's botting. He's botting on YouTube.
I'm too like.
I don't care.
I'm too like. I would never bot my streams. I'm just gonna say whoever spent their money on botting this stream, thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers, probably spent a couple $100, if not even more.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
Like, I'm just not like a big baller like that. Like that's like the best counter argument ever. Is I'm just not like a big baller.
That is insane.
I'm not gonna spend like a couple $100, if even like a couple $1,000 a day for some fake views on YouTube.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
It is. Oh my God, Charlie with another $50. Thank you. Charlie says, Dean, please tell this guy there's a severe difference between an IUD and an IED. Was he calling an IUD an IED and I just didn't even pick it up? Crazy. Okay, well, an IED is a bomb, an IUD is a form of birth control. Well, I appreciate you for the love, Charlie. Then KM, thank you for the 28 Canadian dollars. I do appreciate you for the love. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. If you want to support the stream,
Gabriel, can I ask you some questions real quick?
What's up, man?
Yeah. So, could you name an economic policy of Donald Trump's that you like?
I'm gonna be straight up honest. I don't like what's been going on. I know that what you're probably gonna bring up is the sanctions on Canada. I'm not a big fan of that personally. I know that's probably that's the number one thing that you're gonna bring up right now. The whole shit with like the last dude was talking about with making Canada the 51st state. That's stupid. Taxing them to hell is stupid. I don't agree with that.
So you don't have any policy you have that you support?
Well, I was giving you one of my base for why I voted for Trump. If I don't agree necessarily with his economical actions.
Okay, so even though you like disagree with his economic position, you still wanted to vote for him. So it's not economic related, or did you say tariffs?
It's mostly not economic related. I will say that I'm more economically conservative, but at the same time, I don't believe that I share all of Trump's ideals economically.
So you don't agree with his economic ideals, but you're willing to support him anyway? So what is the main reason you voted? Is that because of abortion?
I believe so. There are multiple reasons, of course, but abortion is a strong one. I'm not saying that I completely agree with Trump's economic positions, but I would say that I agree more with his conservative standpoint than I did with Biden or that I do with Kamala's. And then also, well, actually, no. Let's bring it. I'll give you a good one. I think Doge is a phenomenal thing to come. To actually have checks and balances.
I would love to because we had a little bit of a conversation there about like brain death. You never really responded to.
Oh, sorry. You'll start talking about
Yeah, you're asking me if like a brain dead patient was like alive or dead, right?
Yeah, what I was asking is by the Oxford definition, how would you determine if a brain dead person is alive?
I mean, I think it's pretty
I
simple.
would
If the
not
brain stem's
consider
not
a brain-
compromised during brain death, there could continue to be respiration and heart function. I mean, like they still have like function in kidneys, pancreas, liver, etc. I mean, like all these things can function given life support. Cellular reproduction will occur. Biological life is present. I find that quite clear.
Yeah. Yeah, so if that's your belief on it, that's your belief on it. I don't believe that a brain dead person is alive because pull the plug, for example. You should a living being, a living human should not need you're not living once you need support from a machine, and you also don't have.
Okay,
I'm not really following this guest. I'm sorry, Dean. I'm having a really hard time.
He's just saying that you're not
following
alive
him.
if you need support from a machine. So people with pacemakers are dead.
No,
right?
you threw out my second part. If you need support from a machine and you don't have cognitive function, in my opinion, you're not alive.
So you're just saying that brain dead patients are dead because they're brain dead. Circular argument, sir.
Wait. And he's also saying people in you're also saying people in comas are dead.
People in coma have cognitive function.
Good question.
No, not at the time in which they're in a coma.
They
in plenty of circumstances. Actually, here, let me clarify. Some people who are in comas do. Some people in comas do not.
Wait.
People who are in comas have some level of cognitive function.
People who are brain dead have some level of cognitive function if you define it that way. If you're just saying brainwaves. It's that they have a past and a future. Sorry, go ahead, Dean.
Fetuses before 5 to 7 weeks have no level of brain function whatsoever. It is only about 5 to 7 weeks in which a fetus will gain low levels of alpha waves and beta waves insofar as the deployment of any cognitive function. So prior to that point, they have no cognitive function, literally none, because their brain hasn't even started to develop. And they are reliant upon the bodily resources of the mother.
They have the capacity.
Okay, nice. Do they have it right now?
But they have does a brain dead person?
That's not what I asked. So I want you to. We could have the conversation about capacity after I make my point. Tell me, does a fetus before 5 to 7 weeks have any level of cognitive function, and are they reliant on external means to survive?
No, but if we're using
so in accordance of death, in accordance with your definition of death, right? It is the case that fetus is dead. And when you say, well, this fetus has the capacity to have it in the future, all that you're saying is that this fetus is dead right now, but they'll have the capacity to be alive in the future.
That is not at all. So what you're doing is you're selecting parts of an argument to try to make your argument, and you're completely
no. I'm literally taking, definitionally speaking, what you define as death. You define death, right, as reliance on external means and, right, a lack of all cognitive function. Definitionally speaking, your very binary, strict, clear definition of death would apply to a fetus before 5 to 7 weeks. So redefine death. That's what you got to do.
It all comes into the word capacity. Does like you said, does somebody who's brain dead have the capacity to function later? No, because they're dead. Does a fetus have the capacity to later?
Yes.
Because they're a living organism.
Okay, so then death and life have nothing to do with reliance on external means to live in presence/lack thereof of cognitive functions, but rather other traits in which would grant a fetus to have a capacity towards a rational experience in its future, and a lack thereof a capacity that would exist that in a fucking brain dead patient. And then all you're telling me is a lack of a capacity to have future experiences or any brain function is what is defined as death. Do you consider all bacteria cells to be dead because they lack capacity for future brain function?
That is absolutely. See, look, you're taking an argument, right? And you're picking little parts from it and you're trying to argue. Let's go do this on stage. You'd be laughed off the stage. It's hilarious, right? But the capacity.
I don't hear anybody laughing, not even you.
Dude, buddy, you're gonna stop being smart, man. All right, stop trying to be smart.
I'm so sorry. So it's being smart when I point out that you said something that was objectively bullshit.
Dean, can you please try to be dumb?
Yeah, I came here respectfully, and you're laughing and joking. That's really messed up, man.
Bro, I'm not even laughing at joking. I refuted your argument.
You're sitting there smiling, giggling. No, let me.
Gabriel, I'm sorry. Why are you so mad that he's laughing and giggling? Is he supposed to be like?
No, because he's being
supposed to be like the
disrespectful.
guy from The Incredibles, where he's like in an office chair
All right, if I'm giving him respect, shouldn't he give respect back?
Bro, you haven't given me respect. You just told me that
Wait,
I'd be laughed at off of a stage because I refuted
buddy.
your argument.
Buddy, no, I came in here, I asked you how your day was going, and I started a calm conversation, and you start with, with your little attitude.
Oh, we got banned, guys. Whap, 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 whap. We got a 3-day ban for guest violations, violent behaviors, and criminal activities. I wonder what guess that one's from. That's a little wild. By the way, I'm sorry for... All right, sorry guys. I got a call from Parker on the phone, so I had to plug the mic in to the computer. So Parker, we got a ban for a guest violation for like hate speech and criminal violence. What's your take?
Dude, what the fuck? Hate speech and criminal violence? I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I wait. Actually, I'm sorry. I misquoted. Violent behaviors and criminal activities.
That makes sense. I've seen that one before. You were definitely doing that, dude. I totally agree.
Yeah, we've honestly had a lot of fun. A load of fun today with TikTok bans. I have a feeling like that ban's not going to go, like that appeal for the ban's not going to go through either. Dude, TikTok is so fucking embarrassing.
Live today, then?
I mean, dude, it's your call. TikTok just has been fucking sucking as of recently. And like, I just, first of all, want to apologize for everybody watching and, like all the people that will inevitably be in the comment section of the VOD saying like, oh, I wasn't so nice today. I wasn't respectful. I was cutting them off, etc. I guess I do get frustrated and flustered when TikTok is just not going my way, and that could lead me to be more predisposed towards disrespecting guests. So I apologize, you guys. I'm just over TikTok shit. And I think that makes me more likely to be more over these Trump supporter shit, if you know what I mean. But anyways, yeah, Parker, what's your plan?
I don't know. I'm actually trying to think of one right now because technically I would only have like 2 hours on live. Maybe I could go live on Matt's account.
Yeah, I mean, pull it off.
I don't have any other account to host from.
Dude, I would give you my second account, but right now my second account is my only.
Parker has concepts of a job.
Now my second account is the only live that I could host from.
Oh wait, I have Parker has concepts of a job.
There you go.
Let me see if I even have guest access.
Based for everyone.
If you want to join me, you could if you have another account.
Yeah, I'll join you for a little bit. I could do that. I mean, it's 5:22. I was gonna stay live till around 6 my time or so, so I think that would work. I could join you for a minute.
I do have guests.
Perfect. Yeah, if you go live, I'll be there.
All right, I'm starting it right now. I'm on Parker. Has concepts of a job.
All right, sounds good. See you soon.
See you soon.
All right, everybody, we're gonna hang out with Parker for a little bit. You can stay tuned in to the YouTube, honestly, if you don't want to go through all the, trials and tribulations of just finding this fucking random backup account that he has never used nor I've ever used because we're just always getting banned and having to make new accounts. Just stay here. Still here, enjoy the debates. Isn't that something cool? When you watch on YouTube, you never have a fret. You never have a worry. It is just constant content. Somebody in the chat asked, when do I go to Jubilee? So I am actually not going to Jubilee anymore. They canceled on me. They said that they're going in another direction. Womp womp. It's okay. All right, guys, we're going to go and get ready to join Parker's Scan. I just got to ban somebody from the chat real quick. Oh, my mods got to it first. W. Adam. El Jubilee? I mean, it wasn't necessarily an El Jubilee. I was like in the process of like booking my travel and whatnot, and I just really procrastinated it until like 3 days before. And like I was like, this tonight, I'm gonna book my plane ticket, we're gonna get it figured out. But then the director was like, we've decided to go another way because you haven't booked travel and we're 2 days out. And I was like, well, I was going to book it tonight, but I get it. Now, if you need anybody in your area that could fill my shoes, Mr. Parker, get a job as local. And they just left me on red. All right. Dean, going to Mala's show? I DM'd her on Instagram like a year ago, trying to get her to debate. No, 4 months ago. trying to get her to debate, and she never responded. Tasha, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. All right, guys. We're going to get back to the debates. Another 20, 30 minutes. Today has just been very frustrating. Very, very frustrating day. Dude, our concurrent viewership peaked at 45,000. Holy shit, dude. Unreal. Unreal. All right, let's join up. Yo, Max! Thank you for the $15. Over on Venmo, Max says, W for free speech being saved by TikTok. Yeah, I got fucked by TikTok. How about that? Thanks for persevering through the BS, man. You're doing great work. Max, I really appreciate you, not just for the $15, but also for the kind donation. Thank you. Thank you, Max. Everybody, show some love to Max. It's very kind. Seriously, I mean it. It is very kind. All right, y'all. If you want to support, Venmo, PayPal, pin message, super chats, all the way. Get 100% of the proceeds on Venmo and PayPal. And I'm honestly not so sure what kind of the proceeds I get on super chats. I think it's like maybe 70. I don't know. I have no clue. So that's why I recommend Venmo and PayPal, I think. You know, because no cut goes to anybody there. But we're going to go to get locked back in and join that live. Somebody's creating like a bunch of new YouTube accounts to spam the N-word in my chat, letter by letter. And 5 seconds from their first message, their account's getting blocked before they could even finish. Let's just get a W for Adam. Let's get a W for Adam. This dude's spending like 3 minutes to make an entirely new YouTube account just to start spelling out the N-word, to just be a little deviant racist fuck. 3 seconds in, banned. W Adam. All right, we're gonna go and plug back into that phone. Give me a minute. We're gonna be silent just for a second. Just for a second. Okay. Yo, he came back again, bro. By the way, I know I'm quiet right now. I don't know how to fix it. Well, just give me a minute. We're gonna fix it. I know that I'm quiet. I think it will self-fix. Last time it fixed when we just opened TikTok. I think that I maybe need to like play audio through it. Let me see if I just scroll my For You page that my mic will automatically fix itself. We have some, and there it goes. It automatically fixed itself. Very nice. Bro, W mods! These kids are getting blasted. Wait, I'm having fun. I want to do it with the mods. Boom! Banned! Oh, I got that one. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? We're blasting these children out of the chat. Okay, then this guy's just spamming. I'm just going to ban you for spamming. Boom! Banned! We're sniping homophobes. We're sniping racists. Where are these kids coming from? We got to be getting like raided from somewhere, some way. Oh, now I'm into this. I'm just gonna sit and see if there's any more. We're gonna get them out of here. Let's see. Dude, where are they at? They're gone. Perfect. Get fucking smited. Beautiful snipes from the mod team. I took a couple beautiful snipes myself. Okay. Oh, another one. Boom. Banned. They only got the end down. Crazy. All right, guys. Mods, keep snapping them. Keep fucking Thanos snapping them. Beautiful. All right. Terrifying breaking. Let's go to find Parker's account here. I feel so bad. They're so chronically aligned. Oh my God. Dude, Adam got them before I could. Adam, how are you so quick? How is Adam so quick? Dude, I clicked on the account and it was just banned. And I was like right there. Adam's a machine. Adam the GOAT. Charlie, thank you for the 20 pounds for the 5 big bands. Appreciate you for that love, Charlie. Thank you so much. The dad with the 10 Canadian dollars. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, guys. Any more? I think we're good. If you see me looking over in this direction while I'm on live with Parker, just know it's because I'm sniping the chat. Oh, now Parker's watching. Now I could hear myself.
Sniping the chat, really? They said they're not liberal.
Hello, Parker.
Now I can hear myself. Sniping the chat, really? They said. Oh, Dean's listening in. Okay, well, you voted for Donald Trump?
Parker, I'm in
Yeah, why'd you kick me so quick? God
Sorry,
damn.
I thought you were liberal.
Just because I said Parker.
No, it's actually your name. Your name just like looks like someone that's been on my live before.
Oh.
Let me up, Parker. He turned me off.
You talked to me on Dean's live, actually.
Oh, so I have talked to you.
He turned me off,
I mean,
guys.
it was on your live, though.
Ay. Oh, there I am. Hello. This guy's always in the queue.
Deanie.
Deanie, we don't really have any debates. I think it's just followers.
Yeah. I don't doubt. Quite frankly. What do you want to do?
Quite frankly,
we could either try to get debates on Twitter. We could try to get debates. We could try to just do YouTube and Twitter today. We could try to do reactions.
Yeah.
Or I just get off today. That's kind of my thoughts.
I mean, to be fair, you probably deserve an off day. But if you want to stay on, what time is it for me? I mean, it's 5:30. I could get off right now. But if you want to stay on, maybe, I don't know. What do you want to do? Because I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not in the mood to talk to the Twitter Republicans.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. It's not there for me. Yo, MLG, thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. W's for MLG.
yo, you guys should really debate on college campuses instead of on TikTok, like Charlie Kirk.
Maybe we will.
I mean, there are more liberals at college campuses. We're going to debate liberals.
Maybe we will, Clips.
That's true.
Maybe you'll just have to wait and see.
You might have to go to like a motorcycle convention or something. One of those like meetups.
I went to the Charlie Kirk event and I debated a few people in person.
That's true. You low-key cook Charlie, I'm not gonna lie. He was like putting his hand out and it was so obvious, like bro just did not put it up.
Do a cooking live. I could do a
based.
steak. I'm in the mood for
based
some
opinion there.
I'm in some. So I'm just reading my YouTube chat.
Dean, you want to battle me?
Do some battles, dude. I'm down. I'm down for a good old fashioned Dean and Parker battle.
I am down for a good old fashioned Dean and Parker battle.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm like that's the only thing I can think of right now, dude.
Yeah. Okay. And then I might end up cooking a steak on live later if I don't just get lazy and say I'm just gonna heat up some bagel bites. So
I think we can battle. Here, let me see if battling makes most sense to do on my other account, because I don't know if I have guests on that account.
Yeah, if we do that, probably in the live on YouTube. By the way, guys,
that's fair.
When I do in the live on YouTube, I'm gonna have a new YouTube video for you guys to go check out. Oh, exciting, right? Bagel Bites Elite Meal. Been elite since birth. Bagel Bites, SpaghettiOs, Chef Boyardee raviolis. Grew up on that shit.
Okay. I'm good. I can go live on my third account. I think though this account should be fine. I just don't know if I have this one even linked. All right. Restart do battles.
Yeah, what account are you gonna go live on?
The Parker needs the job one.
Parker needs a job. Perfect. I'm gonna go live on It's Not Dean. Sounds good. And then for everybody watching on the YouTube, pull through to It's Not Dean at Parker Needs a Job. Y'all already know over on TikTok. But if you want to watch some debates, I actually have a solution for you because I'm going to public a debate video right now, actually. So as soon as I end, you'll be able to go over and watch it. And now, of course, if you're watching this is the VOD after I'm live, I would have posted it a while ago. It's still worth the watch.
You can still go watch it.
Wow. Yeah. How do I... Oh, yeah, it's unlisted. So now I just make it public and publish. Unhinged Trump voters explode over facts.
So instead of implode, it's now explode.
Yeah, they're no longer imploding because of facts.
They're now
exploding because of
They're
facts.
now exploding because of those facts. Woo.
Oh, dude.
You gotta get the implosion and the explosion.
Right. No, it's a story. It's a narrative. It's an ongoing dialogue. Okay. All right. For the 3.4 thousand people watching on YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and end. Feel free to pull through the TikTok It's Not Dean, or go watch that video. I just posted it. Honestly, if you guys could all, at the very bare minimum, go drop it a like, couple comments, watch a little bit, that'd be great for the algorithm. I'm trying to break through, but I love you guys. End it on TikTok. Dean out.
I was like, should I